Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's stream. Doing the special case here. I'm actually really excited for this case because I really, after playing the Apollo Justice Trilogy, I really missed the original trilogy. A lot, actually. So this will feel quite nice to return to the original. We're streaming Phoenix right now. Kind of, yeah. Oh, boy. I miss Godot every day. I miss Simon Blackwell every day. And we only saw him, like, you know, a week ago. But I still think about Simon Blackwell every day. It's a shame he won't be in this case, but it's okay. We have Edgeworth back, so I can't complain too much. Diana's in post-ARR, and now she's getting closer and closer to Heavensward. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh my goodness. Heavensward is where, it's like Final Fantasy XIV, like, sinks your teeth right into you, and you just, like, cannot move. You cannot do anything. You're just there to enjoy the ride. Oh, I didn't watch your video yet, Alan, but I will be able to watch it after today's stream. I had to finish, I'm very nervous. I'm very, very nervous, but my first metaphor video is coming out in an hour. And I hope you guys like it. Please watch it. I'm going back to editing my own playthroughs. It's just for metaphor. It's just for metaphor that I wanted to do this. So, enjoy the metaphor video. It covers the first 3 streams, all the way up to Thursday's stream, and yes, I'm severely overworked right now. So please watch the video and enjoy it. I beg you. It'll be a good metaphor video. It got the old school, like, crystal vibe to it. Yeah. I know. I'm so excited to have more Miles time. Oh, Miles and Phoenix in the courtroom. We're back at it again, and it doesn't have the same feel that like Dual Destinies has, where it's like, yeah, they're across each other in the courtroom again in Dual Destinies, but it's not the same. It's not the same. 2 streams in 1 video. That's 3 streams in 1 video. I edited all 3 of the metaphor streams that we've had, and the video is coming out in an hour. I have been, I'm not gonna lie. I've been busting my ass so hard that I think my brain is actually, it feels like my brain's gonna explode out of my skull. But I got to. I'm trying to work so hard because, like, well, I know I'm leaving for Japan in a month. So I'm trying to push as hard as I possibly can right now. So if I seem like I'm going crazier than usual, it's probably because I am. You love the beret, thank you. I want more. I want more berets. I've had this one for like actually almost 15 years. Like, it's a really old beret, but I would like more in my wardrobe. I'm moving onwards toward the heavens. I cannot wait for Diane's Heavensward experience. Oh my goodness. Oh. And we have Maya. We have Maya, and she's not kidnapped in this case, mind you. A not kidnapped Maya. A Maya that's actually going to work with Phoenix and the investigation. And she's not the accused. She's not the... Yeah, she's not the accused. She's not the victim. She's not kidnapped. She is normal Maya. It's crazy. Crazy. It's actually surprising to myself, actually, that I haven't had an Ace Attorney overload But I'll have a nice break after this case. I'll play Metaphor, and then I'll be in Japan for 2.5 weeks, and then I'll come back and I will once again dive back into Ace Attorney with investigations. So, yeah, we'll come back to it in December, but I'll at least have like 1 full month of no Ace Attorney. That's crazy. I'm actually wondering if I want to wait longer. I don't know if I want like a bigger break before playing investigations. I'm gonna do a vibe check once I'm back from Japan and we'll figure it out. Because I could come back from Japan and just play Disco Elysium for all I care. Like, I could just do something like that.
More Ace Attorney, let's go.
Thank you, Devilbringer, for the 100. More Ace Attorney. I don't want to get burnt out. It's surprising that I'm still not. I'm powered and fueled by characters that I get, like, really attached to and I love. I think Simon Blackwell is one of the only things keeping me going right now. And also Edgeworth, obviously. The Phoenix Edgeworth. But Simon. But Simon. He may or may not have appeared in my dreams last night. Just saying. I was very happy about that. We do have... We have a day where we're gonna go shopping in Japan. We're gonna go to... Because, like, they're not far from each other, the Shibuya 109. So we're gonna go to, like, the Shibuya 109 mall, shop for a bit. We're gonna then walk to the Capcom Nintendo Plaza. They're in the same mall with the Pokemon Center. So we're gonna go there. And then we also want to hit up the Mega Don Quixote. There's one not far from the Shibuya 109 building, so that's good. That's our trifecta day of shopping. It's just one day in Shibuya dedicated to those 3 shops, basically. Kodo, thank you so much for gifting us sub to the community. I really, really appreciate it. What do I expect from stream memes? Honestly, not much. I feel like there's no way that you guys had good memes coming from last week's set of streams. I don't know, like, I have a hard time believing that they'll be good this week, but we're still gonna look. The one-a-foe. The one-a-foe. Oh, God, I missed that game. The 8-minute trailer that Capcom released of this game? You mean like the thing? It wasn't just of this game. Are you talking about the thing that just came out like a few weeks ago? It had spoilers in it, so I wasn't gonna watch it yet. I think I can't watch it until I'm done with investigations even. Because I didn't want spoilers of like even characters for things for the games I haven't played. It's not. I know it's not inherently spoilery. It's supposed to be like an introduction to the series, but like for me, I'm like, I don't even want to know characters. So. Released with this game. So what was released with this game? There was a special promotion video with Spirit of Justice. Okay. But does it have Simon Blackwell in it? Or else I don't care. It does? Okay, well then suddenly I'm interested. So what is this prologue video? Bruh, I will fully admit that I am severely down bad for Simon Blackwell. Holy shit. I really grew so attached to that man. Case 4 did him wonders. I love the silly so much. Oh, I can watch it in the museum section? Oh, okay, so I don't need to bring up a YouTube video? Okay, remind me when I start the game, we'll watch that. For now, I should probably get stream memes on here, because I can't linger too long on my intros for the streams here. We gotta get playing video games, and then hope that I don't get burnt out. Bum, bum, bum. Sorry, my brain is everywhere. It's time for memes. Okay. So I need to... Okay, my monitor is all backwards right now. So we want stream memes, and I have to make sure that I'm up high enough. Oh, wow. Okay, there are way more memes than I was expecting this week. If he appears in just a handful of frames, I'm banning you. What? I'll take a handful, like, I'll take a crumb of Simon Blackwell. Are you kidding me? I'll take any crumb that I can get. Okay, I think I found out where we left off here. I just need to be on the right monitor. What? Which monitor? No, that's not the right monitor. Oh, there we go. Okay. This monitor. Move me this way. Hi, chat. We're a little bit closer. Okay. Me, some chatter that just said something worthy of jail time. I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. Pin. I love it when you guys do that. Just put a chatter on display. If only you guys could pin people's messages on YouTube. There'd be so much stupid shit on there. Sorry, I love you, YouTube, but there's a lot of stupid shit over there, especially. But, like, mods unfortunately do not have the power to pin messages in the YouTube chat, which sucks so much. Hope. That's rude, Nayuta. Edgeworth has more than an inch. Phoenix would know that. Holy shit, why do I look so evil? Why do I look like Von Karma? Like, the face I'm giving off here, I feel like Von Karma vibes. I don't know why, it's just like the eyebrow right. I don't know, man. I look evil. What the fuck? Miss Crystal, I think you overlooked one critical fact. Why is there a cat? The Cheepy Chappa cat and the Happy cat, these are two different memes and songs. Impossible, this is ass. Thank you for using my picture I posted. It looks like it should be in the game, that's crazy. Oh my god. We need bottom. Why? You realize that, like, for any of you guys who are Apollo lovers, you just took away his key identifying feature. If you make him bald, Apollo is less relevant than he was before by default. Y'all are just shooting yourselves in the foot. No, this is so cursed. What is going on? What? Oh my god, stop. Oh my god, what is with all the bald? Stop! Crystal Earth. Sometimes this is exactly what it feels like, because my brain spins so much that it's literally like, the voices kind of feel like, I can't stop it. It's so loud in my brain that this is terribly accurate. Also, I love this meme format a lot. It's like from 10 years ago by now, I swear, but like I love it so much, and bring it back. I can't put Amara in danger. Chat immediately. Amara got Dirk M. Prek.
Pikes Peak Audio tipped $5. Objection, Apollo would be the only bald lawyer in the series, and thus would be more recognizable without hair.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for the $5 super chat. Get out of here! Amara got Dirk M. Okay, anyway. Moving right along on that one. Oh! When did I do this? I don't remember doing this. Damn, that hurts. Oh, they put Rafa in there. Don't need any dance experience. I don't get it. Nana. Yeah. Nana, Yana. I miss Nana. I'm with Rafa on that one. Bring it back, bring it back. Whoa, what's going on? Me, you can't spell Amara without Mara. If Dirk could Empreg, so does Nayuta. Like father, like son. So did Nayuta hate interacting with Apollo because... Stop getting closer to me, you putrid red pepper, before I become a vegetarian. What is happening? This is like... What? This is from when you realized Dirk was dead? Really? I made that face? Oh, that wasn't when it actually happened, because I figured it out early. I don't recall reacting when it actually happened. That was whenever I was theorizing it, wasn't it? That makes more sense. Spoiler to be safe, but I can't tell. I can't tell if it's safe for me or... I always get confused. Okay. Mine and chat's reaction to Dirk's death. We all crying in the club. Damn. The most basic of roles. Chat. That sign can't stop me because I can't read. I'm sorry, chat. I love you, but like sometimes it really be like this, okay? Like sometimes it's as bad as like you literally didn't listen to the thing I just said. Sometimes I'll be like, chat, please don't elaborate on the question that I'm about to propose. And then I rhetorically ask a question and then chat answers it when I immediately prefaced with, don't do that. Like, I swear to God, what goes through your head when people do that? Literally nothing has to go through your head, right? You just have to be like, unga bunga caveman, go me type me help. It has to be like that, right? What goes through your head? I don't understand. But that's such a good meme. I'm sorry. Y'all want any spoilers? We got banned. Oh no, not the ban hammer. May I present the Book of Red Characters? Yeah, this girl, she's gonna be a red character. Are you trying to imply that she's not going to be? I hereby declare that the Ambi plushie is now sold and gone forever. Wait, is it actually... Oh, I should have advertised my plushie more. Wait, is today... I actually didn't look. I'm really good at selling out my own products. Is today the last day to buy the plushie? I actually don't know. 1 day, 22 hours remaining. Oh, 2 more days. Yeah. Don't forget about the Ambi plushie. I sure as hell did. Make sure you buy it. It's gonna be gone forever soon. I swore to... Oh, holy... Oh my god. This is... Oh my... Jesus. Oh my god. Say I'm pregnant. No. Subscribe with Twitch Prime now. Yes. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Remember this meme? No. This is the meme now. Feel old yet? Yes. Yeah, I feel older every day. He weird, but I like him. Yes, I do. I think he's actually super cute. And I hope nothing bad happens to him. He's like a cutie patootie that I just like want to pinch his cheeks. I can't wait to see more of him in a bit. I'm gonna be really sad if he's actually like some murderer or something. I doubt it though. But like, he could be. I'll be really sad. Wait. I think of Cat in Prince's Shaft. Yes. I don't want to get laughed at, so I don't want to say it, but you got it, right, chat? Do I look like I know mine? What do you guys mean? You guys don't know how to read my mind by now? That's crazy. But was I wrong, by the way? By the time that you guys were able to read my mind, the mind reading part was I didn't want to say it out loud that Amara was channeling Dirk. Cause that just hurts. But then it ended up being, yeah. Read this shit together with me, chat. Normal. Read this shit together with me. Rules. Read this. Oh my god. Anyway, if we can't read, how can we read minds? Honestly, that's a very valid point. Former chat, newcomers, huh? Oh yeah, they're green and red and blue, by the way. Yeah. Sorry. I need to bring that back, though. I really do. I think I forgot something. If you forgot, then it wasn't important. Yeah, you're... Oh, no! No, Bino! No, Bino, no! No, I feel bad! He's just been standing there, and I didn't even put a Halloween costume on him yet. Oh, I'm horrible. Oh no, the Buffy blanket. All right, that's it. Okay, bad news. I thought I knew exactly where it was, and it's gonna take more digging. Whew. I have to dig more. I'll find it eventually, but I can't waste the stream time. Okay, moving right along. Final, oh god. Why did Nahabino just live? Why are we living in Phoenix's chest? Why? Is that? I thought that was me for a second. Like, I just got like scared of myself. Why? What is happening? Simon Blackwell. I don't think I understand the reference. Oh, is this Inside Out characters? I didn't watch Inside Out, but is this Inside Out? Oh, fuck. Okay, it is Inside Out. Okay, I haven't seen it, but yes, Simon Blackwell, yes. Thank you for Simon Blackwell. Simon 3D jump scare. Yep, that's me. Also, don't be nervous. Oh, you're nervous when you join a server for the new time. We welcome all newcomers to the Discord. Don't be nervous. You're welcome. You're welcome in this community. You're allowed to submit your memes. Give me your best shot at memes. Video quality is crappy, but you know what I mean, right? Where did this come from? Like, I don't understand this. Anyway, I'm not even gonna question it right now. Corbin needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. Are you sure that they're the same? Rafa sure doesn't look like an axolotl to me. Phoenix Wright is wearing a printed shirt. Changed my mind. Yes, he's wearing the printed... This is exactly what he's wearing. Ain't no way Phoenix actually looks like that. Okay, maybe he does, and I just like him in disbelief. When self-insert in a fanfic! Thank you. Now I feel a lot better. Thank you, thank you. Me realizing that after Apollo Justice stream is done, there will be less chaotic memes and made and toned down, and Metaphor is a heavy, serious game with heavy themes. Oh my god, Stroll, hi. Yeah. Oh my god, hi, Stroll. So now I'm currently, like, Edgeworth simping was so last month, guys. Now, it's all about Simon Blackwell and Stroll. Step aside, Miles Edgeworth. There are two new men in my life. Wait. Oh, this was me when I heard Miles is in charge of prosecution. Yup, accurate. Me when doing art. Work in progress forever. Me when stream memes. Be quick, it's Monday. I'm not done yet. Almost 10 minutes. It isn't 10. That's so good. Are you guys actually like this every Monday? The great Skinardo, thank you for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Oh, God. All right, I'm all caught up. That's it. Thank you guys for the stream memes. We have to get going. I cannot linger any longer. Yeah, no, I really can't linger any longer. I can't afford to have, oh, more streams. I'm already burnt out. Okay. Okay. We gotta jump into it. Although I was supposed to watch some prologue thing. Ugh, I gotta do it for Simon Blackwell. Okay. Okay. Okay, gotta get my gavel. Gavel ready. Okay. Are we good? We're good. So I have to go to, is it in the museum? Is it like, where is said video? Not the orchestra hall. I don't even know what what do they mean by this? Oh, that's like achievement type stuff. Is it... Let me see. Animation studio. Oh, it's art? Wait a second. Can I see? Do they have the manhandling? Shit. Oh, look at this weeb! I should have never discovered that this exists. This was a severe mistake. That's the best one right there. Oh no, and I'm already done? This game sucks. They don't have the... No. Oh, look at Taka, though. Oh, that's so cute. Oh. Okay, I need to go. So it's not here, it looks like. Hi, Miles Edgeworth. Bye, Miles Edgeworth. I need to... Okay, so it looks like these are just like character animations. Let's try the art library. I do want to look at the stuff, just I don't want to look at it all now. Ah, here. Movies? It would be under movies, right? Prologue. This is what you guys are talking about. Oh, no. Don't watch. Okay, don't go down there. Okay, I didn't see shit. Okay.
The Kingdom of Khurain.
Is this
a country of spirit mediums and faith on the western edge of the Far East. Its people's lives are nourished through the wisdom of Khurainism and protected by its founder, the Holy Mother. At least, that's how it used to be.
Prosecutor Sadmadhi, we've captured and detained one of the rebel escapees, sir.
Silence, officer. You're disrupting the peace of this temple.
Sorry, please forgive me, sir.
Pitiful servant of a lost cause, renounce your revolution and submit yourself to the judgment of this court. In her infinite mercy,
this makes me hate him more. Oh boy.
May yet see fit to save your soul.
Oh, it's worse to hear.
As if I'd give in. What's the point of a court that only doles out guilty verdicts?
A dragon's eye. One of the remnant lawyers, then?
Sir, the other escapee was wearing a dragon's eye, too.
Oh, Holy Mother, as your humble servant, you would have me act to save this wretch's soul. I suppose this, too, is part of my fate.
Objection!
Nerd.
These
pork buns were frozen at the time of the crime. So it's possible they were solid enough to bludgeon someone to death with.
Silence.
Oh, the silence. We have two Lord Daddies in the same room.
Interesting. And you have proof of its past icy state, do you, right, Dono?
Well, there's bound to be some evidence somewhere, you'll see.
It looks to me like we'll need to
Oh, boy.
extend this trial by another day.
Do what you will.
Hey, Blackquill, you better make some funeral preparations.
Perhaps I will, for the defense.
Hello. Can I just watch that scene a billion
That was
times,
great.
please?
Just a little more and you would have clinched it. Yeah, but Prosecutor Blackwell's a tough guy to beat.
Well, what are we waiting for? There's evidence to be found, so let's do this. I'm so hungry. Oh, come on, Widget.
Okay, let's take a breather. Back
This
at
is
the
so
office,
cute.
guys.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? Hey, come to think of it, aren't we coming up on the end of, Miss Faye's aesthetic training?
Yeah, we sure are.
Oh. Maya.
That does it for this round! You were really into it.
Yeah, I guess I was. Didn't stop the water from being freezing, though. I thought I was gonna turn into a popsicle. But I'm not done yet. I've still got another 5 rounds to go.
Damn,
Just
girl, 5
till you
rounds?
finish the Korean School Special Meditation course for increasing spiritual power.
Okay. Then let's get going. I mean, I'll never become the head of Korean Village if I don't finish my training.
Oh,
Head
the
of your own
music.
village, then you will be just like her benevolence, you know?
Oh, really? Her benevolence, huh? You mean your princess, right? So, what's she like?
She's really nice, Miss Maya. I bet you'd like her.
Oh.
No, you're wrong!
Her benevolence has performed the divination seance.
But I know I didn't do it!
How dare you? Are you saying that my insights contain an untruth? You insolent criminal.
There is no room for argument. I now pronounce the accused guilty.
As fuck. Man, he doesn't sound like Mickey
Please,
at
Your
all.
Majesty, I request an attorney!
And exactly what good would a lawyer do? When all we need to know is revealed through my divination seances.
Is there nothing?
As you must surely know, the Defense Culpability Act has rendered lawyering a virtually dead profession within our borders.
Look at this badass.
Apollo Justice is doing fine!
Athena Sykes is doing fine!
This is their training.
All right, let's try that again.
Okay!
Apollo Justice
Dun, dun, dun.
Nick, did you miss me? Can you believe that I've already finished 5 rounds of meditation today? I'm about to take on my 6th.
This is so cute!
But I thought you were about done with all of your training.
Yeah, and I was hoping you would come visit once I was,
Huh?
Miss Maya!
Again.
Oh, you poor, pitiful, unenlightened soul.
Oh no.
What do you want?
Come along quietly, and you may yet know the Holy Mother's forgiveness.
Like hell I will.
Wow, he's so cool. He stepped to the side.
for saving me.
I pray that you watch yourself, fair traveler. May Her Holiness grant you her divine favor.
Are you all right, Miss Maya?
Hey, Albie. Who was that person just now? Huh? Oh. Oh. Ah! And all I wanted was for Nick to come visit.
And that's what prompts him to
Maya,
go?
hey! Answer me! Hey, Apollo. I'm gonna step out for a bit.
Huh? Okay, but where to?
To the kingdom of Kurain.
What?
That's the last thing he hears? Oh my god. And he... Oh, oh my god! I need stills of all of those images. That was great.
Long now, a phoenix approaches this land. And with him, the flames of purification and change.
Dang, that's a lot of high praise for Phoenix when the game is about Apollo. That was great. I just can't delay any longer. I really, oh my god, I want to see more Simon. Anyway, I really gotta, okay, it's 45 minutes gone this morning. Oh my god, oh my god. We gotta get on the case. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Stream is now in session. Oh, that Butler, yeah, this is the guy that did it. Anyway, moving right along. We were going somewhere, anywhere but here. Search for Larry. Ah, yes. Right, Larry. So we have the pendant she received from her fiancé. We have Ellen's statement. Ellen saw a suspicious third party on the Vista deck when she was being attacked. When Ellen was attacked by Gloomsbury out on the Vista deck, she saw in her dazed state a shadowy figure hit Gloomsbury from behind. She fainted immediately afterwards and thus didn't get a good look at whoever it was. And then we have the layout and the Pega cow and Pega bowl. Then the Flying Chapel pamphlet. So love is always in the air, the only wedding venue sure to make your dreams take flight. After the ceremony out on the Vista deck, Sprocket Aviation's majestic Pegamoo mascots will light up the happy couple from both sides and the sweetheart table. Pega what? Pegamoo. Pega cow, Pega bull. The Timekeeper. The murder weapon dubbed Timekeeper. It's a clock with a secret mechanism. And then the broken lantern, the Pega bowl lantern, is in which the victim's body was found. Emphasis on the bloody wheel hand, hand on the wheel, whatever. Gloomsbury's note. A note found near the victim's body. The writing is smudged as though written by a right-handed person. Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her off from the Vista deck. Photo of the victim. Damn. That sucks. Fog machine, a device that utilizes dry ice to emit a large amount of thick fog-like vapor. They were placed in the fog machine to produce the thick fog during the reception. And then we have Larry, a business card holder with a peculiar yet suspiciously familiar imprint in the center. Then the photo of the reception with Mr. Butler in the background. Man, it's so pretty. Much of the reception hall is obscured by thick fog. And then Selena Sprocket photo. So a photo of Soren's older sister, Selena. It looks like it was taken in some kind of office. Yes. So he mad. She dead. Got it. Alright, so anyway, moving right along to finding our favorite Larry Butts. There he is! Hey, Larry! Hey there, friend! Fancy meeting you here! There's nothing fancy about it. All we did was follow you. So tell me, Larry, why did you run away like that? Me? I don't know what you're talking about. A bolt of inspiration for my new picture book hit me and I had to run is all. It was like a poofany, you dig? Cupiphany. Oh my god, I hate it. Right. He's just gonna keep on playing dumb, isn't he, Nick? Yeah. He is, actually. Come on, Larry. I know you were on that airship, so what did you see? Oh, I didn't see anything! I didn't see anything because I was never on that stupid airship! Wow. I hate how good Larry looks. Does that make anybody else like super uncomfortable?
Take that!
This is no time for games, Larry. I will find out what you're hiding. I'm telling you, Nick, you've got it all wrong. I've got nothing to do with this case whatsoever. Come on, Larry, even a baby could see through such a blatant and obvious lie. Nothing whatsoever, huh? If you weren't involved, Larry, then you wouldn't have been involved with this person.
Take that!
You're the one who brought Elle into my office in the first place, and all those cops? Nothing to do with the case whatsoever. Isn't gonna cut it this time, Larry. If you have to lie, at least do a better job of it. Don't diss me, Nick! If you're so convinced I'm lying, then let me ask you this. What makes you think I was on that stupid old airship anyway? Let me see some proof if you got any. Doubling down, are ya? Fine. You want proof, Larry? Here's your proof that you were on the airship.
Take that!
Does anyone else think that 3D is more hot than 2D, Larry? I uncomfortably am saying yes, but very, very, very emphasis on the uncomfortable. This is your business card wallet, isn't it, Larry? I found it in the reception hall. Time to come clean, Larry Butts. What exactly are you hiding? All right, fine, you got me. I'll tell you everything. That was interesting. Larry, what were you doing on that airship anyway? Well, I went there to deliver the welcome our wedding sign they ordered from me. I didn't know you took on real jobs like that too. Well, for your information, my wedding welcome signs are very popular on the net. And that's how you met Ellen? Uh-huh. I mean, I'd seen her in the photo for the welcome sign, but seeing her in person, the way she smiled at me and said, "Thank you." Felt like I'd been hit by lightning. And that's when you fell in love with somebody else's bride, huh? So, were you invited to the reception? Can you believe they told me only family and relatives could attend? They wouldn't even let me into the reception hall. Smart move on their part, I'd say. I got upset and started wandering around the airship. That must be when I dropped my business card wallet. So somebody else must have found it and brought it to the reception hall. What is the thing floating? I only now just noticed at the end of the pipe. It's just there. Just a random ass bubble. And brought it to the reception hall then. But you know what? I saw something incredible whenever I was on the Flying Chapel. Like? Get a load of this! We're really dealing with this again? What do you mean, what is this? Isn't it obvious? It's a drawing! I sketched a picture of one of the cabins on the airship. So what's so incredible about a cabin? Look at what was outside the window! What are those flying dinosaurs? A real live pterodactyl! I looked out the cabin window and there it was, just flying out there! That airship traveled through time, I tell you. What? When I told that Pierce Butler guy about it, he told me to never mention it to anybody ever again. Uh-oh. Why would he try to keep you from spouting what is clearly just nonsense? Maybe Sprocket Aviation is secretly developing a time machine. No way. Nick, this case is totally amazing! Larry, you didn't tell Mr. Edgeworth about this, did you? Of course not. Edgy would just roll his eyes and think I was off my rocker. Gee, you're off your rocker. I didn't even tell him that I was wandering around the airship. I told him I met Ellie at the mooring dock and we ran away together. Yeah, I could see Edgeworth's eyes rolling right out of his head had he heard about this. So, Larry also experienced the time slip somehow, but how is that possible? Really? Are we really going with the time thingy? This game can't be serious. Wait a second. Oh, now I see. Oh, I thought it was a, Oh, I was confused. I thought it was a paper airplane. I was assuming that this was a paper airplane. It's the map. It's the piece of the map. Oh my god. It's literally on the screen right now underneath my camera. It's this. Business card wallet, swipe back from by Larry. Oh yeah, this is for you. What is it? It's a picture of the hold. I took it whenever I was wandering around the airship. See, there's Ellie right there in the middle. But oh boy. The hold? Yeah, see? It's right here on the diagram. Okay, so now I know where the hold is, but what was Ellen doing there? Well, they were using it as a prepping area for the reception. And around when did you take this? Before the reception. I took it while Ellie was getting everything ready. So this was taken before the incident occurred. I don't know if it'll be any help, but thanks for this anyway. Ellen can be seen near the center. By the way, Larry, I heard that the door to the hold is controlled by a security system. So how'd you get in there? That's a trade secret! I can't tell you! And the hits just keep on coming. Well, I guess that's basically a wrap on the investigation. Not quite, Nick. I want to meet Ellen, too. Oh, that's right. You haven't met her yet, have you? Okay, let's head over to the detention center then, so you can say hi. Bye, Larry. Dude drives me nuts, so... Watching the Metaphor VODs gave me the push to draw again, so thank you for streaming the experience. Oh my god, that is so sweet to say, Mersa! I wish you the best of luck in your drawing journey. That's really, really sweet. Metaphor is a great subject of drawing, so I hope you have fun with that. No, why? Please understand that this is in Master Soren's best interest. Sounds like Ellen's busy talking with someone. Oh no, they're calling off the wedding. Pierce, you bitch! You're an asshole! You selfish, jealous little ass bitch fucker. No one likes you.
Ashley Vi tipped $9.99. I time travel all the time. You beat Metalza in November 2025.
I'm sorry, I what? I beat Metalzor in 2025 next year? That's crazy. Thank you. Thank you for your time traveling wisdom and for the $10 super chat. The next president could not be married to a criminal. It would disgrace Sprocket Aviation. Miss Ellen, I need you to forget about this marriage. Oh! She was in love. And now he's being a little bitch. Sapphire, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate it. Pardon us. if it isn't Mr. Wright. So, their marriage is definitely off? There is no other choice. We cannot have a criminal in the family. For the sake of Master Soren and the Sprocket family, this is what is best. No! In that case, well, what if Nick here proved Ellen's innocence? Then you wouldn't have a criminal in the family, right? Oh, Pierce isn't gonna like that. I'm accusing this man already. I suppose you're right, but I am afraid that will be impossible. It's just always the butler. That's not true! Not for Nick! He may look like a nobody, but he can do some pretty amazing things. Gee, thanks, Maya. I don't take cases on lightly, so rest assured, I will prove her innocence. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I understand your name is quite well known in the judicial world, for better or for worse. Pierce, I want you to promise me this. If I can prove Ellen's innocence, then you won't stand in the way of Soren and Ellen's marriage. Very well. But not even the most talented lawyer in the world can change reality itself. And the reality is Miss Ellen is guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. I believe that's where you're wrong, Pierce. I'm clean, I swear I am! Obsessively, compulsively clean, just as clean and pure as this white, pure dress! Oh! Fine, you have my word, but you will be the one to regret this promise. Now, if you will excuse me. Now I have all the more reason to win this case. Ellen, we finished our investigation and we'd like to talk with you about what we found. Okay, so what did you find out? Okay. In the course of our investigation, we heard that you had been seen standing in front of the victim with the murder weapon in your hands. It wasn't what it looked like. It's true, I was holding the murder weapon. And when I found him, he was already dead. I panicked. I was hoping I could go back in time again like I had done earlier, so I picked up the timekeeper from the pedestal and brought it over without thinking. Every time you spam clean, I can't help but panic. I panicked looking at the chat, seeing the clean emote. I'm like, wait, are people spoiling? But no, you guys are just mimicking this poor woman. Jesus. Sirens be loud today, okay. You were so desperate you were ready to try anything, huh? Unfortunately, that sort of behavior makes you an easy target for the prosecution. No. And as for your little trip through time, none of your in-laws could confirm your story, I'm afraid. I see. The only exception is Larry. He said he saw something. Really? Well, what did he see? Can't say I quite believe it myself, but Larry claims he saw something incredible. He claims he saw a pterodactyl flying outside the airship. This is ridiculous. Not only that, but apparently Pierce Nickety told Larry to keep quiet about it. Why would Pierce do such a thing? Larry's theory is that Sprocket Aviation is developing something in secret. A time machine, to be exact. Do you think that's why nobody would confirm my story? Because it's a secret? I really don't know, but speaking of your in-laws, we did manage to find your keycard at Sprocket Manor. One of your in-laws said that he'd keep an eye on it for you. Oh, thank goodness. I lost it while I was getting things ready for the reception, and I looked everywhere for it. I'm so glad you found it! At least there are tears of joy this time for a change. Well, Nick, it looks like you'll have to prove that the existence of time travel in court tomorrow. Or lack thereof, how about that? That's right, I swear that while Mr. Gloomsbury was being killed, I was busy traveling back through time. Great, with stodgy skeptic Edgeworth at the helm for the prosecution tomorrow. We're really gonna have our work cut out for us. Ah. Yay. Oh, I'm glad you like the Ellen voice. Man, I was so close to the end on, what day was it? Friday? I was just, my brain is, very tired. It's been very tired lately. On to the next chapter. Let's go. "8:45 a.m. District Defendant Lobby number 3. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Ellen. I see you're still wearing your wedding gown. And I will continue to wear it until our marriage is saved. Oh, Soren! Oh. Your Honor, I think that they're in love and they're cute. Do you think he came to see how she's holding up? Soren, my love, you came all the way to the courthouse just to see me? Oh, Soren, I don't know what to say. Blueprints. Huh? The engine blueprints. I can't find them. Do you know where they are? Oh! They're in your room. 3rd shelf from the bottom on the right-hand side. Oh, I see. He's leaving already? Don't tell me he came just to ask about some stupid blueprints. Is he really that cold of a person, or is that just how he comes off, I wonder? He's trying to prove her innocence, I bet. What about me, Soren? Ellen. He's back. Come home soon. Oh. I'm lost without you. Later. Oh, my heart. Looks like showing your vulnerabilities is the fastest way to capturing a woman's heart. You should take notes on this, Nick. He's not trying to get a woman. Please leave me out of this. Anyway, it looks like Soren isn't big on words, but it's clear that he cares about Ellen. Knowing that, I actually feel kind of relieved. Mr. Wright, I just absolutely can't be found guilty, you hear? Don't worry, I'm going to do everything I can to prove your innocence. Thank you, Mr. Wright. The trial is about to start, sir. Edgeworth, knowing him, he's not going to yield an inch. So I've just got to fight with everything I've got to save Ellen. And we're going to do it. I need her makeup tutorial. Now that you mention it, I think I do too. Court is now in session. All rise. Yes. Got it. Court is now in session for the trial of Ellen Watt. Oh. I forgot I changed it. Oh, Jesus. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Seeing so many familiar faces gathered together like this feels as though I'm at a grand reunion. It makes me want to go out for a dinner and a drink and reminisce with all of you. Wow, okay, Judge, thank you.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. I was dying for a real burger the whole time I was away.
We can make it a welcome back party for Maya. How about it, Edgeworth? I have no intention of cavorting with my enemies. Now then, Your Honor, let us start this trial at once. Oh, still not one for lighthearted banter, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? Jokes and good humor are beyond worthless in a court of law.
Guess we'll just have to have the party without him then.
However, were it after the conclusion of this trial, I might consider joining you for your little welcome back party. I certainly wouldn't mind an invite at the very least. Yeah.
He's still as emotionally constipated as ever, I see.
You could say that again.
Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please go over the details of this case for us.
The victim was dumbass. Dumbass. The victim was Dumbass Gloonsbury, a servant in the Sprocket household. He was in attendance at the wedding reception that occurred from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mr. Gloomsbury apparently felt some animosity toward Ellen Watt, and so, a bit after the reception ended at 10 p.m., he assaulted Miss Watt with the intent to kill her. The defendant fought back and ended up killing Mr. Gloomsbury. In other words, it was justified self-defense, correct? If that's the case, then the defendant might not be criminally responsible.
He's right. Worst case scenario, I could go for self-defense to avoid the criminal charge. I wonder how Edgeworth plans to counter that, though.
The prosecution's first witness will make my view on the matter clear, Your Honor.
Very well, bailiff. Please bring in the first witness. Emma Skye. That's Emma Skye. Oh my gosh, I love her.
How do you think Emma's feeling working for Edgeworth officially now? I bet she's like... She's probably over the moon. Please state your name and occupation, witness.
Emma Skye, forensic investigator. And I'd just like to say, sir, that being in the same courtroom as you is a great honor.
We've come a long way from Rise of the Ashes, or whatever that episode was called, 1-5. We've come a long way. Ah, that's right. You're a fan of Edgeworth's, aren't you, Emma?
We're good friends and all, Mr. Wright. But just this once, I intend to faithfully and fully testify for the prosecution.
Live your best life, girl. Live your best life.
And I do mean that wholeheartedly.
I expect no less from you.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna do my very best. It's like you lost the popularity contest of Mr. Edgeworth, Nick.
I really could care less. Besides, she'll see who's the better lawyer once I win this trial.
Yeah, maybe then you'll actually really care less.
Now, Detective Skye, if you please.
The murder weapon was a clock called the Timekeeper. The victim was hit with it from behind, and he fell over right into the lantern. The defendant was spotted then, standing in front of the body holding the murder weapon. The victim was struck twice, by the way.
That was new information.
He was struck twice. That's right, there was no mistake about it. The first blow was to the back of the victim's head. It was hard enough to knock him unconscious. Yet despite the fact that he had been immobilized by the first blow, the defendant delivered a second fatal blow to the side of the victim's head. Which means what exactly? I figured it would go right over your head. Let's put it this way, by striking the victim a second time, the defendant killed her last chance to escape from any criminal wrongdoing. She did, but how, Mr. Edward? The defendant may have been fighting back because she was being attacked. However, she then went on to deliver a fatal blow to a man who was already fully unconscious.
Nick, is he saying what I think he is?
I don't feel so well. And thus, Mr. Wright, has justified self-defense been removed from the table. The prosecution intends to prove that the defendant killed the victim with murderous intent. Allow me to belatedly submit the victim's autopsy report. Belatedly. Belatedly! Get out! Oh. So that's why he was acting all smug. Well, more smug than usual. Already updated. It's fine, right? It's not like we're going to plead self-defense anyway, right? Right, but now the judge has a negative impression of Alan. He may not get to prosecute much anymore, but he definitely hasn't lost his touch. Head shows signs of being hit twice. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. You know, I really do miss Judge, Mickey. I miss him a lot. I think about him sometimes. The murder weapon was a clock called the time.
Hold it!
Judge Mickey, a Canadian judge. Are you completely sure the murder weapon was the timekeeper? Yes, completely. The shape of the injury on the victim's head matches up with that of the timekeeper, and it's definitely heavy enough to kill someone with. But would the defendant have been able to pick up and swing something so heavy? I tried it myself, and I was able to lift it up just fine. Maybe you're just freakishly strong? Excuse me, Mr. Wright, I'll have you know that people on the force know me as the dainty forensic investigator. Sorry, but really, you're hardly a delicate flower. Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. Save your antics for after the trial if you know how. Yes, sir. It won't happen again, sir. Moving on. The victim was hit with it from behind, and he fell over right into the lantern.
Hold it!
The defendant was fighting back against the victim, right? If so, wouldn't she have hit him on the, hit him from the front? Oh. Fuck! Hit him from the front and not from behind? The victim must have tried to run once Miss Watt started fighting back. That's probably when he got hit from behind. I see, thus the blow to the back of the head. The defendant must have looked awfully scary when she was brandishing that clock. I don't know about that. Regardless of how scary Ellen looked, the victim was definitely hit from behind. May I go on? Yes, of course, please do. The defendant was spotted standing in front of the body holding the murder weapon. That's only because she was so panicked when she found the body. That she tried to use the timekeeper to go back in time. Mr. Wright, do you have any idea how absurd you sound? But Miss Watt really believed that she could travel through time with that clock. You really should have come up with a more credible story, you know. Oh boy. Yes, I agree. Me 3, but it's all I've got to go on! Anyway, under the circumstances, the only conclusion we can draw is that the defendant killed the victim. The victim was struck twice, by the way.
Hold it!
Miss Watt must have had a chance to escape after she struck the victim the first time, so why would she stick around and hit him with such a heavy object again? Well, about that. Allow me to explain. Why did she strike him again? Indeed, to finish off the victim, of course. This very act clearly shows that she had every intention of killing Mr. Gloomsbury. But Mr. Watt would never do something like that. Then let's see some evidence that disproves my theory. Ugh! Are you going to stand there and just take that from him, Nick? I can't refute his claim head on, so I'll have to approach it from a different angle. Well, it looks like we won't be going anywhere until we can refute Edgeworth's claim. This is so exciting! We haven't taken on Mr. Edgeworth in ages. Yeah. Okay, Nick, now go get him. No need to rush me, Maya. All right, I'd better start by comparing Emma's testimony with the evidence that we have and look for any glaring inconsistencies. I'll be honest, I have no fucking clue. So let's read this autopsy report. So, time of death between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. That's a big time frame. Okay. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhage from a strong blow to the head. One contusion was found in the back of the head and one on the side. The blows were caused by the same weapon. And so we have this image. No, oh god. Okay, all of the wrong things I'm pushing. Okay. So, Bloomsbury, she saw in her dazed state a shadowy figure hit Bloomsbury from behind. The victim was hit with it from behind and he fell over right into the lantern. But if they were outside, how does this... Okay, let me see here. So it is outside? No, it's not outside. Where? This is inside. This is inside the reception hall. Also, if there's a blow to the side of the head, wouldn't there be, like, blood on the side of the head and on the back? I'm so confused. Nothing makes sense! Look at them, Your Honor. They're so cute. Except for Pierce in the background being a little fucking bitch. Larry's drawing. Please kill me. Okay, I think it has to be either... Okay, the peggable lantern is found, in which the victim's body was found. We only have Ellen's statement. She saw somebody else hit him from behind. But they were also out on the Vista deck. They weren't in the reception, so everything is weird. The defendant was spotted then standing in front of the body holding the murder weapon. So maybe the victim was hit with it from behind and he fell over right into the lantern. I'm not sure this is actually it, but there's this picture. Okay. Oh, wait. There's a description with this. The victim's body was found collapsed inside one of the peggable lanterns. Scattered around his body were flower petals, a note, and broken parts of the lantern. The petals were from flowers not found inside the reception hall. I don't...
Objection!
I'm glad that worked. I was kind of bluffing. Detective Skye, I'm afraid I have to apologize in advance. For what? For embarrassing you in front of your idol. What do you mean? If you take a look at this photo of the crime scene, you'll see that the victim is lying on his back. But if the victim had been hit from behind, as you claim, then he should have fallen over into the lantern face down. Oh, yeah, totally. It's not enough to simply take someone's side, Detective Skye, even if it's Mr. Edgeworth's. Oh. There does appear to be a flaw in Detective Skye's testimony. Mr. Wright, if you think I'm going to just back right down, then you're sadly mistaken. Emma's unusually fired up today. Don't forget, she's in front of her hero, Nick. If the Steel Samurai came to watch this trial, I'd want to do my absolute best too. Thanks, Maya, so you're not doing it now. Listen, Mr. Wright, it's entirely possible that the defendant moved the victim's body after he fell over. In that case, there wouldn't be any contradiction, right? Indeed, that was an excellent counter-argument, Detective. Oh no, she got a compliment from him! You can count on me, sir. She is on the moon right now. So, what do you have to say to that, Mr. Wright? Is it possible that the victim's body was moved after he fell into the lantern? I actually do want to say it's possible. But I won't. Sorry, detective, but there's no way the victim's body was moved after his death. Oh, really? Then what makes you so sure? One look at this here, and it should become obvious. Yeah, one look at this note here.
Take that!
Yeah. What exactly are you pointing at, Mr. Wright? Nothing. Oh, this right here. What you're trying to communicate is not obvious at all, Mr. Wright, but this penalty should make my feelings on the matter pretty obvious even to you. The only thing that's obvious right now is the pain in my attorney's badge.
Take that!
Oh, okay. I thought it was either of those two things. What is the pinned message? Submissive and peggable? Your Honor, I absolutely hate this. Is it the fact that it's like broken here?
Take that!
No, okay. I guess I'm confused because in my head, I actually do think that he was moved, so I'm very confused overall.
Take that!
I'm very confused. It's the cardboard badge. Wait, he has a cardboard badge on? Wait, I didn't even notice! Wait, I literally didn't even notice that this outfit actually came with
Take that!
him having the cardboard badge on. Wait, really? Wait a second, I didn't notice that. That's beautiful. I feel like oh, you know what? This is like one of the last... Well, I guess we still have investigations, but I'm gonna put on my defense attorney badge because this is like one of the last times I'll be able to do it. I have two of them. I have one that's like made of resin and one that's made of brass. One's like cheaper quality and one's like way too expensive. I'm gonna put on the expensive one. And since this is my last one, how do I... Okay, this is awkward. This is a little awkward. Oh no, now I dropped the backing. Okay, now, okay, maybe, look, this is worth it. I don't care what anyone says. I want to wear my badge. So what you're saying is you got easily fooled by the cardboard badge. No, I do not. Okay, I'm glad I got it because that was really hard to put on. Alrighty. I got my attorney's badge on. From Maxi on YouTube, but what if it's not peggable, but it's actually preggable? What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Seriously,
I have no words. The amount of... I got nothing. Okay, one look at this here and it should become obvious. What proves that the victim's body had not been moved? Your Honor, I have pointed out all of the things that I thought possible. Did I misclick on one of the things that I... maybe I did? Maybe I misclicked on something. Okay, there we go. Those broken bits of the lantern? Yes, if the body had been moved after the fact, these fragments would have fallen off of it. But, as you can clearly see, they're lying perfectly, undisturbed on top of the body. This means that the victim must have been lying face up from before the lantern even broke. You're right. But wait a minute, if that's true, then what if the victim was killed? I mean, the lantern was still whole during the reception, right? Right, which means we've just overturned a major assumption about this case. If the victim was already dead before the lantern was even broke, then the body must have been inside the lantern since before the reception started. In other words, the defense asserts that the victim was killed before the wedding reception. What? When Miss Watt was seen standing in front of the body after the reception, it wasn't the moment just after the murder was committed. It was the moment she happened to discover the body, just as Miss Watt claims.
Objection!
Oh boy. Whether the act was committed before or after the reception is entirely inconsequential. After all, it was the defendant who prepared the reception hall from the event in question, Therefore, when the murder occurred, changes nothing with regard to her guilt. She could have killed the victim before the reception, as you claim, and then tried to hide his body in the lantern after the event ended. Woo! Sorry, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, where would the body have been hidden during the reception in your scenario? That's... Even you have to admit, Mr. Edgeworth, that this has opened up a new possibility. Do explain, Mr. Wright. Well, if Miss Watt didn't commit the crime in the reception hall, then that means someone, somewhere, put the victim's body into the lantern. I suppose that makes sense. A dead body can't have put itself in there. Exactly, Your Honor. In other words, if the murder actually occurred before the reception, it opens up the possibility that... I really want all the dialogue. He was killed some other way. The victim was killed some other way!
Objection!
What does the victim's time of death have anything to do with how he was killed? I suggest you read the autopsy report again, Mr. Wright. I updated it and everything. Especially the part that states that the victim was clubbed to death with the timekeeper. It was worth a try. You should know better than to just say the first shocking thing that comes to mind. I've got this. It's okay. He was killed somewhere else. The defendant didn't do it. The defendant didn't commit this murder. Oh, for heaven's sake. Even if the murder was committed before the reception, that alone doesn't erase the suspicion against the defendant. It seems that I was too ridiculous of a leap backwards for Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Wright. I suggest you look before you leap and think before you speak. I guess I got ahead of myself on that one. Alright, he was killed somewhere else. If the body was hidden inside the lantern, then it's possible that the body was moved along with it from somewhere else. Oh, you're right. You can run that mouth of yours all you want. Wait, do you have any evidence to support what's coming out of it, Mr. Wright? Of course I do. I think the answer lies in that piece of evidence and in something. that was left at the crime scene that will point us to where the victim really was killed. Very well, Mr. Wright, in that case, what proved that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else? The lift. I'm guessing that it was in the hold. So that would be this picture in the hold and then the lift that goes up. So what proves that the lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else? I'm just gonna say, like, the diagram? Like, we show the lift on the diagram? That doesn't seem like the right thing, but I don't know what else you would do.
Take that!
Can we point out the lift on it? No? Okay. I have to go another angle. I'll show the picture then. So, this piece wasn't convincing enough. Then there must be something else that would be easier for the judge to understand. Wait, what's the description say again? The lantern and the body were moved from somewhere else. The fact that the flower petals were on it, maybe this, with that statement, goes on it? I think it either has to be this picture or this picture. I don't see how it would be otherwise.
Take that!
I'll start with this picture. Okay. The photo of the victim again? Yes. I'd like the court to focus on this thing right here. I'm gonna pick out a petal. Flower petals, Mr. Wright? These petals are from a kind of flower that weren't present at the reception hall. This means that they must have gotten into the lantern when it was somewhere else. And just where do you propose this somewhere else to be, Mr. Wright? I propose that this piece of evidence will tell us where the flower petals came from.
Take that!
Please take a look at the flowers in this picture. Notice how their petals are of the same shape as the petals in the crime scene photo? Yes, I see. They do look to be from the same kind of flower. Is that really all you've got? A flower is a flower is a flower. They're all the same. I would hardly call what you presented compelling evidence. I'm afraid I couldn't disagree with you more, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, shit! I gave a flower of this type to my lovely wife once when we were young. So I can assure you that this is a very meaningful and compelling evidence indeed. The soundness of my judgment in this matter is backed by nothing less than pure love. But, Your Honor... Let it go, Mr. Edgeworth. It's clear you don't know much about flower. Oh. I'm reading this line in a different way. This is full of angst. It's not like you have anyone you'd actually give any to after all. Oh my god! Oh my god! He's so salty! Phoenix is so salty. Edgeworth has never bought him flowers. Holy shit, he's taking it out on him. That's so savage. Maybe you should study up on them just in case the opportunity presents itself. This from the man who only knows the names of 3 types of flower. That's hardly relevant to the case at hand. The defense asserts that it's highly probable that the victim was killed in the hole. If the body was then placed in the lantern and moved to the reception hall for some reason, it would completely destroy the prosecution's case. Then you mean the body was... Yes, the victim's body was... inside the lantern during the entire beautiful wedding reception. While the defendant and her betrothed were celebrating their love. What?
Objection!
What now? Your smooth talk might work on his honor, but it won't work on me. What are you talking about now? Take another look at all of the evidence, and you'll soon see what I mean. I wish he would just tell me already. Detective Sky, I'm sure you've already figured out what I'm talking about, correct?
Naturally.
Of course, sir. Mr. Wright is the only one here who hasn't. Why don't you leave this to me, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, let's see what you can do. She's trying to impress him, oh my dear God! Detective Sky, please give your testimony to the court. Oh yeah, we're still talking about murder. Forgot for a minute there. Yeah. The boyfriends are fighting in the courtroom over flowers. The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct, and there's no way it could be wrong. Oh no, are we about to prove time travel? Oh no, I hope they don't do that. It's clear that Mr. Gloomsbury was killed after the reception, and that completely contradicts your claim. I guess so. Tell me you took at least a cursory glance at the autopsy report, Mr. Wright. It appears you've grown rusty since our last outing. Might I suggest you go back and brush up on the basics? Sure. Though I must say, you're as cocky as ever, Mr. Edgeworth. I beg your pardon? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? I'm just saying that I'll go back to basics if that's what Mr. Edgeworth wants. The innuendos, man, the innuendos. I'll prove how badly he's underestimating me with a good old-fashioned cross-examination. Very well. Let's see you put your money where your mouth is, Mr. Wright. Yeah. The victim could not have been killed before the reception. The autopsy report states that the estimated time of death was after the reception. And that estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. That's all we get. These statements. You sound pretty certain. You must have some solid grounds for making that claim. Of course I do. And you're going to feel silly when I show you what they are. Ready? Feast your eyes on this. Thanks, Emma. Thank you.
Hold it!
I've read the autopsy report too, you know. Then you don't need me to explain it to you, right? How there's no way the victim could have been killed before the reception, I mean? Detective Scott, I think you've overlooked something big. Why don't you take another look at the evidence? But I've already looked at all the evidence, and quite carefully too, I'll have you know. Detective Sky, do not be taken in by his verbal antics. He is simply bluffing as always. Right, sir. Wow.
Hold it!
Is it possible that the culprit did something to obscure the real time of death? No, not in this case. There was no snow or anything to keep the body from decomposing. And there's no fridge on that airship big enough to fit a body into. So you've already checked into that, I see. It all comes down to the estimated time of death, doesn't it? Couldn't the killer mess with the victim's time of death by keeping the body on ice? Yeah, if they had the means to. The prosecution is treating the estimated time of death as an absolute, but is it really? I take it you don't think it is, huh, Nick? In that case, we're gonna have to find a way to convince them otherwise. Yeah, there's gotta be a way somehow. What? Something got on my finger and I don't know where it came from. Alright, where do we present it though? The victim could not have been killed before the reception.
Estimated time of death is correct. There's no way it could be wrong. There's
Objection!
I admit that the estimated time of death does contradict my theory. Finally. And that means your theory that the victim was killed before the reception is still entirely plausible. What makes you think that? The killer could have falsified the time of death by using a certain item in the reception hall. Please take a look at this not photograph. And what is this contraption, Mr. Wright? It's a fog machine, Your Honor, used to create a special romantic atmosphere in the hall. And this machine could have been used to falsify the time of death? Yes, Your Honor, because this machine uses dry ice to perform its magic. Super cold stuff commonly used to make theatrical fog. I see, so your claim is that this dry ice was used to keep the body cold. Oh. In that case, I guess the victim could have been killed before the reception. Uh-oh, Emma!
Order in this court! Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this development?
The victim was killed in the hold before the wedding reception. The prosecution acknowledges the possibility of this claim. Now we're getting somewhere. The prosecution would also like to thank you, Mr. Wright. For what? I didn't know how a certain piece of evidence fit into this case, but now, thanks to you, I do. What piece of evidence? To get into the hold, one needs a key card like this one. And here we are, we have a record of those who entered the hold with such key cards. Pierce Nickety. The times aren't specified, but these are the last 3 entries on the day of the murder. And as you can see, the last person to enter the hold that day was the defendant.
So the one who moved the body out of the hold must have been...
That's right, it was none other than the defendant.
Hey, Nick, take a look at this entry record. There are a couple of other names on here besides Ellen's.
According to the entry record, Mr. Edgeworth, Pierce Nickety also had gone into the hold. Isn't it possible that he could have been the culprit? Sorry, but Mr. Nickety was escorting a few of the guests at the time. I'm sure that they would be happy to testify to that fact if you'd like. Think me cocky all you'd like, Mr. Wright, but my confidence is rarely misplaced. Now then, it's probably safe to assume that after killing the victim in the hold, the defendant moved his body to the hall in order to dispose of it discreetly. What do you mean by discreetly? The defendant volunteered to take care of the reception's cleanup personally. That means that she would have had the chance to dispose of anything in any way she wanted, including taking the lantern off the airship without raising any suspicion. Don't tell me you didn't know about Miss Watts volunteering for cleanup duty, Mr. Wright. Oh boy. Look at you, sweating buckets like a rookie, even after all these years. Nevertheless, thank you for proving that the only person who could have killed the victim in the hold is Ellen Watts. Great job, Phoenix. Now we're back to square one. Perhaps you should ask Miss Sykes for some help in reviewing Defense for Dummies. Way to go, sir. You've got Mr. Wright in a cold sweat. I wonder if maybe the promise of seeing that miserable look on his face is what brought me back to this courtroom today. Oh, this is definitely foreplay. It certainly made all my stress and woes as chief prosecutor just melt away. I guess he had a lot of stress built up. I'll give him something to stress over before we're through today. Your Honor, the prosecution asks that you render your verdict at this time. Before that man over there tries to throw the court into chaos with his meaningless bluffs.
I see, Mr. Wright. Are there any last meaningful bluffs that you'd like to present to this court?
Why does he have to assume it'll be a bluff? Nick, hurry up and throw a good one out there. I will! Well, all right then. Let's see. I've got it. How do you know it wasn't Miss Watt who used her key card? After all, if it turns out that somebody else used her card, it would mean Miss Watt didn't do it. Interesting. And are you able to prove this bluff to be true? I assure you I'm not bluffing, Your Honor. Well, now what? Wait a minute, Nick. I can think of a certain somebody who might have used Ellen's key card. Remember? The one who was sneaking around the hold in spite of not being a family member? Yeah. The defense would like to call a certain I would like to call Miles Edgeworth to the stand. This person used Miss Watt's key card to enter the hold. What are you talking about, Mr. Wright? Did I make a mistake? You would know if you had been paying any attention to our argument up to this point. So, that means... I would advise you to take this a little more seriously, Mr. Wright.
Take that!
Oh boy. That's your witness? Are you saying that numbskull was on the airship? He never breathed a word about this to me. That's not surprising, because Mr. Nickety told him to keep quiet about it. But Mr. Butts himself admitted it to me. He claimed to have found a way to sneak into the Flying Chapel's hold to see Miss Watt. This photo he took and gave to me is proof. Then was it he who moved the lantern with the body inside to the reception hall? You know as well as I that with him anything is possible. And this is one possibility we should definitely look into. I can't believe this. What in the world is he doing mixed up in this? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, remember what we've been saying since elementary school? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Exactly. Larry! He'll pay for this! Well, if you want to extract your payment now, he's right up there in the gallery. Yikes! Zoink! Scoop! Bailiff, seize the witness before he makes a run for it! No! Why does this stuff always happen to me? Sorry, Larry, but you brought this on yourself. Let us break for a 15-minute recess. I ask that both sides prepare for the next witness's testimony during this time. Kill me now. Ugh. Wow, it's been a while since I've had this much fun and excitement. A face-off against Mr. Edgeworth, a harrowing tightrope walk for the defense. I'm exhausted already. Boss! Oh! I'm here for moral support! Athena, are you all done practicing for Trucy's magic show? Well, to be perfectly honest, I sort of ran away. But that's because she was putting my life in danger, I tell you! I see. I think I'll need to have a one-on-one with her. You're really athletic and fit, Athena, so Trucy probably thinks she can run you ragged. That may be true, which is why not even Trucy can keep up with me when I run at full speed. Ha! Looks like you spoke too soon, Athena. Never underestimate the resourcefulness of a great magician. Huh? Magical girl Trucy Wright is on the scene. No! Now, Athena, it's time to practice human combustion magic. Go on, douse yourself in this gasoline. But don't worry, it's a magic trick after all, so it's perfectly safe. Run away! you! You're not getting off that easily! They get along so well, don't they? It reminds me of the good old days. You, me, and Pearly. Oh, and Detective Gumshoe. Can't forget about him. The game sure as hell forgot about him. We had all kinds of fun at the crime scenes back then, remember? Leaving me to do all the serious investigating, as I recall. Court will be back in session. Right, thank you. So, Larry's the next witness, right? I can't wait to see what happens. Sadly, I can already imagine it. What?
Hello. Dropping by to say my unnecessary feelings. 21 is 7 plus 7 plus 7.
Got it. Thank you for the 21 months, FP. Appreciate it. It's a lot of math you just did. Oh, God. Board will now reconvene. Hey, Kenji! The two of you are gonna hang me out to dry, aren't you? No, not the both of us, just Mr. Wright. Nick, how could you? I don't really think he did it, of course, but I've got to use whatever leads I can. Mr. Butts, there's a possibility you moved the lantern that had the dead body in it. So if you want to clear yourself of any suspicion, all you have to do is testify. Now then, your testimony, please, witness. Nick is a jerk face. Wow. Okay. Wow. Nick, you big fat stinking jerk! How can you doubt your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school. Oh, get this, pal. Our friendship's over. That's the testimony. Go ahead, Mr. Wright. He's all yours. Thanks, Judge. Why me? You're the one who called him to the stand, so he's your responsibility. Thanks, old chum. Can any of you show me a little respect? Even just a shred? You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. I would if there were any testimony to cross-examine.
Hold it!
Come on, Larry. Can't you please give me something real to work with? Don't think I know about your tricks. If I say something careless, you're gonna shove some evidence at me with a loud objection and a super smug look on your face. Yeah, well, that is my job. And if I get found guilty, how are you gonna take responsibility for what you've done? Why should I take responsibility for just doing my job? You heartless jerk, don't you have any compassion for me? How can you doubt your best bud? We've known each other since elementary school.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, Mr. Butts, but if it wasn't Miss Watt that entered that hold with that card, then you're the most likely suspect. Nick, are you seriously doubting the innocence of your old childhood friend? Well, technically, yes. But it isn't personal, I assure you. A true friend would believe in me no matter what. Can't you see my tears? Don't they mean anything to you? Nick! Nick! You don't really think you can cry your way out of this, do you? Okay, fine! In that case... Get this, pal, our friendship's over.
Hold it!
Larry, listen to me. Shut up! I'm not talking to you anymore! This is getting us nowhere. it, Larry. If you don't quit fooling around and start testifying, Miss Watt will be found guilty. For real? If no new information comes out of this cross-examination, then yes, Mr. Butts, for real. Not that I would have a problem with that myself. Larry, just tell us the truth. Did you or didn't you go into the hold and move a lantern up to the reception hall? I never moved any bull lantern, I tell you. Bull lantern. What, did I say something weird? You told me that you didn't attend the wedding reception. Yeah, so what? Then that's odd. No one in this courtroom ever mentioned the sex of the lantern that was moved. So how could you know that it was a bull lantern? You didn't have to actually go to the reception to know that. Anyone could tell that there were 2 Pegabulls by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet. All I can tell right now is that there's a strong scent of bull in the air in here. Please add that last statement to your testimony, Mr. Butts. Anyone could tell there were 2 Pegabulls by looking at the Flying Chapel's pamphlet. Hold it! Seriously, Larry? If you're hiding something, you'd better fess up now. I'm telling you, I don't know nothing! Why do you have to doubt me so much? Why? Because you're you, that's why. Gee, you think Nick's being awful to me, don't you? So you tell Nick what a big meanie he is. I would if I thought he was being one. Not you too! Why doesn't anybody ever take my side? I wish I didn't have to doubt him, but something about what he just said doesn't add up. You finally got a decent statement out of him, huh, Nick? Hey, finally. It sure took a lot of work, though. I hope all of this leads somewhere.
Objection!
I wasn't sure which one, but I guess we'll just do the pamphlet. This is the piece of evidence. He's even more annoying somehow. I just think that it's been a long time, but he seems the same to me. I just think it's been a long time since we've seen the Larry Butts. What the fuck? 1457 donation.
Don't peg a bull, peg a prosecutor.
Why, yes, peg a prosecutor. Thank you so much for the $14.57 donation. I appreciate it. I love random number donations. It's like... it's just so weird, but it's so funny though. Guilty as fuck! To be honest, it's probably because of conversion, exchange rate or whatever. That's probably why it was a weird number. So lanterns have sex? They do. Lanterns indeed do have sex. Wait, I have to do this again?
Hold it!
Oh, god damn it. The statement isn't out yet. Oh dear. At least I can skip through it this time, but dang. How else would we get new lanterns? If the lanterns aren't having sex to reproduce, that is true. How do you just all of a sudden have new lanterns? I guess so. These are things that I don't typically like to think about, though. If I'm being honest.
Alright, anyone could tell that there were 2 Pegabulls. Where's that one picture? The fog one that has like 2 Pegabulls. Oh, it only has the one. And it's this one that, yeah, so it's supposed to be the cow and the bull, but in this picture the bull is on the cow side. I don't know which one I'm supposed to do. Because, like, this one has both of them in there, the bull and the cow, but I guess that's in the hold, not the reception hall, so we're trying to... the fog one doesn't seem right, though. And the pamphlet seems too easy. Oh, it's because it doesn't say it here. The majestic Pegamoo mascots.
Objection!
I swear to God, Larry. Unfortunately for you, the pamphlet clearly shows a cow and a bull in their example diagram of the reception hall. But on that day, instead of putting a cow and a bull out for the bride and groom, there were 2 male Pegabulls on display. Yet somehow you knew that there were 2 Pegabulls in the reception hall that day. There's only one way you know something like that, Larry. It was you who moved the Pegabull to the reception hall. Ah! No. Larry, you didn't. Mr. Butts, did you move the lantern containing the victim's body to the reception hall? That's what it looks like.
What?
Wait, Nick! You don't think I'm the murderer, do you?
Maybe you and Mr. Gloomsbury were fighting over Miss Watt and you ended up killing him?
Maya, not you too! Look, I didn't sneak into the reception, but that's as far as it went. You know me, I wouldn't hurt a fly! You snuck into the reception. Yeah, sure, but some of the Sprocket men caught and locked me up in one of the cabins. It was pretty awful, actually. But that's when I made that drawing of the pterodactyl I showed you, Nick. Ixnay on the aerodactyl, Larry! Mr. Wright, not even you would take this farce that far, would you? We are talking about Larry! What do I do? Do I accuse Larry of being the true culprit? Of course not. You know what? I should just do it for... Yeah, let's accuse him. I guess I have no other choice but to accuse him. Wait a minute. But Larry didn't have any reason to kill him. Oh, damn it. No, you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Butts didn't have a reason to kill Mr. Gloomsbury. He might have had an imaginary reason to kill Soren Sprocket, sure, but not Mr. Gloomsbury.
After all, he did steal Mr. Sprocket's bride and try to elope with her.
Just because I tried to steal somebody's bride doesn't make me a murderer! Oh boy. I believe you, Larry, and I don't think you killed anybody either. You would never do anything like that. Nick, old buddy, old pal. I knew you'd come through for me. Funny that considering your sworn testimony just now that we were through. Mr. Butts, it's time you told this court the whole truth. Understood? Oh boy, this isn't gonna work out. It's just like Nick said. I'm the one who moved the lantern. I was poking around the reception hall before the main event and saw a lantern was broken. There was a note on it that said, exchange with the one in the hold, Ellen. So I decided to do Ellie a favor. Oh, God. So you switched the lanterns before the reception, did you? Then that means that the victim really was killed before the reception.
It would appear that Mr. Butts completely fell for the defendant's scheme. Scheme? What scheme? This note from the defendant, exchanged with the one in the hold, Ellen. Mr. Butts moved the lantern with the body in it up to the reception hall because of this note. And thus, he has become a suspect in Mr. Gloomsbury's murder. That second lantern did feel pretty heavy. But I never would have thought there was a dead body in it. What was a note like that doing on a lantern in the first place? You've got it all wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. I left that note for myself. It was simply a reminder because I can be very forgetful.
Objection!
What a sorry excuse, Miss Watt. The prosecution contends that this note shows one facet of the defendant's murderous plan. And you, Mr. Butts, you played right into Miss Watt's hands. No way, Edgy! I don't believe it! Do you still really believe Miss Watt to be the culprit, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course, my stance on the matter remains unchanged. If you think I'm wrong, then prove it with your cross-examination. Gladly. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Kill me now. It's just like Nick said, I'm the one who moved the lantern. Why didn't you tell us that sooner? Because I knew you guys were gonna be suspicious of me, that's why. We're suspicious of you now because you tried to hide it. My thoughts exactly. Well, now I've told you, happy? So how about letting me go? No, not yet. We need you to stick around to sort a few things out. Fine!
Hold it!
The lantern you swapped out was a female pegamoo, or a pega-cow, right? Yeah, I guess. Why did you replace a female lantern with a male one? Because I was too busy trying to get caught. Not trying to get caught. I didn't have time to check for little details like that. If you didn't want to get caught, you could have just left well enough alone, you know. Whatever! Anyway, when I took a look at the broken lantern I saw, there was a note on it that said exchange with the one in the hole.
Hold it!
That note wasn't addressed to you, was it? Well, I guess not, but how could I let my dear sweet Ellie do all that hard physical labor on her own? It's precisely that thought process that constantly gets you into trouble, Larry. Besides, it was my big chance to show her how much I cared about her. Knowing Larry, he definitely did something stupid and somewhere along the way. Wow, Harry sure is one special guy. Not everyone has the privilege of being this distrusted by their best friends. Assuming he can't be trusted from the get-go usually makes things easier, I've learned. Oh, I see. You totally trust him to be totally untrustworthy. Pretty much. Yeah, I guess that just about sums it up.
Hold it!
Nobody saw you the whole time while you were switching the lanterns? Nope, I didn't get caught. Not that time, anyway. Not that time. Yeah, when I tried to sneak into the reception hall the first time. I didn't have any much luck. Those Sprocket guys spotted me and nabbed me. Oh, dear God. All of my words are failing me right now. Pretty exciting, don't you think? Larry, you need help. And then they locked me up in one of those cabins. Nick, what are you asking about stuff like this for anyway? Shouldn't you be trying to prove Ellie's innocence? Well, is that statement of his important to the case? Mr. Butts trying to crash the reception and subsequently getting locked up in a cabin. I believe these might be important facts in this case, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please add that statement to your testimony. I tried sneaking into the reception hall, but I got caught and locked up in a cabin.
Hold it!
So you got locked up, then what happened?
I broke out. And then I started looking for Ellie and wandered into the reception hall again. That's when I saw the broken lantern and replaced it. Even after they caught you and locked you up, you still went looking for Miss Watt. But hold on a minute. What is it, Nick? Maya, doesn't something seem weird to you? Larry is saying that he replaced the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. That's right. Oh, wait, huh? You're right. It doesn't make much sense, does it? Mr. Wright, have you found an inconsistency in the witness's statement? Yes, I believe so, Your Honor. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin, but that contradicts.
Audio tipped $5. If only Loris Donim had spent time making a children's story involving Ambi, and he wouldn't have been caught up in this case.
A children's story involving Ambi. You're right, and you know what? You should buy the Ambi plushie now, because it goes away in a day and a half. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Anyway. Mr. Butts moved the lantern after he broke out of the cabin. Dear God. Wait, Larry wheeled it from the hold to the reception hall. That doesn't make sense. Okay, I think it could be like 2 or 3 different things. So I'm gonna start with this one.
Take that!
Is that? It's the broken lantern, Your Honor. Mr. Butts, what you're saying doesn't make any sense at all. Why not? You swapped the lantern before the reception began, right? Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? But you also just said that you swapped the lanterns after you got locked up in a cabin for trying to sneak into the reception. In other words, you're saying you swapped the lanterns both before the reception and after the reception took place. That certainly doesn't make any sense, does it? Mr. Butts, did you swap the lanterns before or after the reception? Oh my god, I hate him. Which was it? Before or after? There's a world of difference between the two. Well, Mr. Butts. I guess I can't expect you guys like you to understand. In a nutshell, it was both before and after the reception. What? Tried to sneak into the first reception and got locked up. The first okay, I don't like where this is going. Then, through the power of Ellie's pendant, time got rewound and we went back up to the We went back to the time before the reception. It was after that when I replaced the lantern. So it was both before the reception and after the reception. Get it? We went back in time before the reception, so of course the reception would take place one more time after that, right? Oh my dear God. That's why I said, why what I said makes perfect sense. Mr. Wright, what in the world is the witness talking about? Has he developed some sort of intellectual ailment I'm not aware of since I saw him last? Well... None of the sprockets seem to remember the time skip, but I do. And Ellie remembers it too. I think the power of our love for each other made that miracle happen. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but
Could you please translate this man's gibberish so the rest of us can understand? So now I have to be the one to explain about the whole time travel thing. Go on, Nick. I know you can do it. Looks like you don't have much of a choice, Nick. To heck with it. I can't lose any more of my dignity today anyway. The defendant, Miss Ellen Watt, has told the defense the following strange story. She said that after the reception ended, she was attacked by Mr. Gloomsbury. She claims that, and as she was being assaulted, she made a wish upon her pendant. Please take me back to that blissful moment. In doing so... time apparently rewound itself to just before the reception began. It what? I know it's hard to believe, but think about it this way. Through the power of the pendant, both Ellen Watt and Larry Butts experienced time travel. He's saying that with a super serious face on, having a muscle shirt on underneath of his jacket. Whoa, what?
Objection!
What absolute rubbish! Mr. Wright, I've heard my fair share of your nonsense over the years, but this takes the cake. Have you thoroughly lost your mind? But this is simply the conclusion I came to, using that logic ability you love so much. Oh my god. What? The truth of the matter is, the future president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket, has been researching time machines. So, what if a time machine has already been successfully created? And what if that's one of Sprocket Aviation's top secret inventions? A time machine? Yeah, I even saw something while we were time traveling. I saw a pterodactyl flying through the sky. Maybe the airship was set to travel through time for their honeymoon trip. What? A pterodactyl? You can't possibly have any evidence to back up your ridiculous time travel story. As I thought. In any case, I now have the evidence to prove that you're no more intelligent than Larry. Not so fast, Edgy. I'm not the same old Larry you used to know. Oh. You want evidence? I've got your evidence right here. Oh. This is the photo I secretly took of the first reception. What? What? Well, Larry, I can't believe you. Well, good. Anyway, good job. If we compare the photos of the first and second receptions and can find a difference, then we'll be able to prove that the reception was held twice. Do you really think there is such a difference exists? Yes, Your Honor. I just needed some time to find it for you. This is preposterous! Very well, please show the court what's different then. This is proof, positive, that the wedding reception was held twice. Holy fuck. That's so weird.
Take that!
How does that happen? Please direct your attention to Miss Watt's bouquet of flowers. I do remember them being yellow originally. In the photo one of her in-laws took, the defendant is holding a yellow bouquet. But in the photo Mr. Butts took, she's holding a red bouquet. You're right. That's impossible. What does this mean? It means that the defendant really did experience 2 wedding receptions, and she did that when she traveled back through time. Oh boy. Nick! You did it! You proved Ellen's time travel story to be true! Yeah, I can hardly believe it myself. It's just as Ellen said, the reception was held twice. This turns every assumption we've based this trial on upside down. What the fuck? He's definitely, I refuse to accept such a ludicrous argument. It is pure fiction under the guise of pseudoscience at best. There is simply no such thing as time travel. I know it's hard, but can you suspend your disbelief for 1 nanosecond, Edgeworth? I bet sci-fi movies push all of your buttons the wrong way, don't they, Mr. Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling, "That never happened," every 5 seconds at the screen. Maybe you should stay away from movie dates altogether. That's neither here nor there. This is real life we're talking about. Didn't deny it. Didn't deny it. No, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it. But the proof clearly shown in the 2 photographs. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how... He's so done. He's so done. Fine. I'll entertain your absurd delusion. If only to demolish it before your very eyes. What? Let's start with this then, shall we? There is one thing your time travel theory fails to explain. What, smartass? And that is the memories of the other guests there. The defendant and Larry remember the reception occurring twice, but no member of the Sprocket family has even mentioned such a thing. That's because the time machine is classified at... He keeps cutting me off with an objection. He's so mad. I'm not done, you bird brain. Bird brain? As I was saying, if the entire family has been sworn to secrecy, then why haven't they sworn the woman who was marrying into the family to secrecy too? That's a good point. Honestly, all it takes is a little common sense, Mr. Wright. Even still, how do we know that the trip through time did not really occur? There is proof in the photos that it did, and besides, if time travel doesn't exist, well, I'd be a little disappointed, frankly. I was hoping to go back to the days of the old... You mustn't allow yourself to be taken in by Mr. Wright's whimsical tales, Your Honor. I've read about it in various literature, you see. And they all say that time travel is just not logically feasible. Ugh. Maybe your argument was just a little too nonsensical, Nick. Oh my god. Well, in that case, why don't we put common sense to the test? Excuse me? The wedding reception was held twice. The photos are proof of that. But it wasn't because of time travel. It's simply because the reception had actually been held twice. Isn't that the most reasonable way to interpret the situation? Would you care to elaborate, Mr. Wright? If time travel doesn't exist, then there's only one way to make sense of what happened. Somebody must have orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is the gods. Such a mysterious phenomenon can only be caused by the gods themselves. I suppose the gods would be able to rewind time or make the wedding reception happen twice, wouldn't they? Indeed they would, Your Honor. In that case, Mr. Wright, please bring these gods here to testify before this court. Maya, do you think you could? Not a chance. It's the fact that he asked Maya. What the fuck, bro? On behalf of the gods who can't be here today, please have some divine punishment. I knew I was reaching with that one. I guess I'd better come up with something more grounded next time. Somebody must have orchestrated this strange phenomenon, and that somebody is... everybody at the reception. What if all of the guests at the reception conspired together to hold the reception twice and keep quiet about it? Wait, I was kidding. You mean Gloomsbury was the wrong answer? There's no way that it could be literally everybody. This sounds so stupid. What? Everybody's in on it. And for what purpose would they conspire to do such a thing? Well, who's clapping for me? A brilliant deduction, defense. Oh. Yeah, you did this, you asshole. I can tell that you are not a renowned lawyer for nothing. I must say, I underestimated you. How so, Mr. Nickety? You have managed to name each event precisely as they happened. You have revealed it all to the light of day. Then that means... It was us. We orchestrated the whole thing. Yes, the reception was held twice. But not because of time travel. No, we simply held it a second time. What? Why? Why would you do such a thing? To make it as though the murder Miss Ellen committed never happened. Master Soren figured that if Miss Ellen, who'd killed Gloomsbury after the first reception, experienced the reception one more time, she would think it was all a dream. It was he who ordered us to make it happen. What? However, only a few, myself included, knew of Miss Ellen's crime. Are you saying most of the guests attended 2 receptions without knowing why? Indeed, they needed no reason. Master Soren told them to do it, and do it they did. That is the Sprocket way. Then who hid the body in the lantern? We did. But we did not anticipate the petals finding their way in, nor the actions of Mr. Butts. And that's how you intended the And that's how you intended to cover up the whole situation up. Oh my god, they're so loud. There is just one thing everyone here has wrong. The real scene of the murder was not the hold, it was the Vista deck. What? Then Miss Watt's recollection of the events must be corrected. I admit we tried to cover this incident up, but the fact that Miss Ellen killed Bloomsbury is undeniable. And this is quite a turn of events. Vero, thank you so much for the 9-month race up. I appreciate it. Who's laughing now? And so it appears we have arrived at the truth at last. Now. Please do feel free to travel back in time, Mr. Wright, and attempt to do this trial over again. Let's not get hasty, Edgeworth. I bet you can't do it. I bet I can't either! Your Honor, we will have to hold a separate trial for the cover-up conspiracy later. But as far as this case goes, I believe that we are ready for your ruling.
Objection!
Just before the defendant lost consciousness during her attack, she says she saw someone strike the victim. It's possible that this third party is the true culprit. You still want us to believe the defendant's words? Perhaps you've lost more than your touch during your time abroad. You would know that. This third-person nonsense is nothing but rubbish. Objection! You know it. But by the same token, how can we trust those who conspired and lied to fool this court of law? For all we know, they might still be hiding something. You never know when to quit, do you? Now, calm down, both of you. In any case, there isn't enough trustworthy information yet for me to render a verdict. Oh no, we have to investigate day 2? Oh no.
Very well, Your Honor.
Ah, phew, that was close.
Mr. Nickety, as for you and your cohort's attempt to cover up this crime, your case will be brought up to a separate trial following the resolution of this current one.
Understood, Your Honor.
Well then, this court concludes today's trial. Court is adjourned!
No, day 2. I was hoping it would be 1 day. But we still have a lot of time left today, so let's go, let's go. Whoo! I'm ready! My name is Crystal, and I'm fine! Ugh, my throat is already hurting, though. Larry's voice particularly hurts me. "1:48 p.m. Write anything, agency." What? So the whole time traveling thing was just a ruse put on by the guests at the reception? Looks like it. I knew there had to be some kind of trick to it. Wow, 2 wedding receptions. Can you imagine? I wonder how much that must have costed them. I have no idea. But if you have to ask, you're not rich enough to want to know. Still, if you've got the money, it's a pretty good way to cover things up, if you ask me. You've got that right. I'm sure I would have been completely fooled. Hi, I'm back. Hey, Maya, are you all set to go? Yup. Ready when you are. So, what should we start with? Let's start with reviewing what we learned at the trial. What Ellen thought was time travel was really just a performance put on by the Sprockets. But other than that, it seems that what Ellen told us was actually true. So what really matters right now is the identity of the mystery person Ellen said she saw while she was being attacked. So who is this mystery person? That's the million-dollar question, I'm afraid. But if we want to clear Ellen of any suspicion, then figuring out who they are is key. I think I'll take toilets for $200 instead, Mr. Wright. At least there were only so many people on that airship that night, and we know who the mastermind of the whole cover-up plot was, too, so that's good. You mean the groom, Soren Sprocket, right? Exactly. He might know something that could help us out. So then what am I doing here? Oh, what are you doing here? Honestly, you tell me that. I'm a very busy man, you know. Well, all of the other people involved are Soren's family members, so I thought I'd better start by interviewing you. Even if I probably shouldn't trust a word out of your mouth. Oh man, I have a really tight schedule, but heck, what are friends for, right? Okay, pal, go ahead, ask me anything. You do remember it was you who came to me for help in the first place, right? I want to go over exactly what happened and when before I step outside this office again. Since you were there, Larry, do you think you can help me get all this straight in my head? If I gotta. Okay, so the first reception was held at 7 p.m. on the day of the incident. That's the one that you tried to crash, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. And then they locked me up in a cabin. It was awful, I tell ya. Too bad we're not here to focus on you, Larry. And then the incident occurred after this first reception at around 10 p.m. Ah! Ellen was attacked in the reception hall by Gloomsbury. He forced her out onto the Vista deck and was just about to kill her. But Ellie fought back and ended up killing old Gloomsbury instead. To cover it up, the family quickly threw together a second reception. That's what Edgy is claiming anyway. But I know my Ellie didn't do it. The key point here is that the mystery person Ellen said she saw strike Gloomsbury just before she passed out. Did you see anybody suspicious skulking around that day? Nope, not a soul. Because I was locked up in a cabin at the time. But you managed to escape and sneak back into the reception hall. That's when you switched the lantern in the event hall with the lantern in the hold, right? Did you see anybody then? Nope, the place was completely deserted. I guess because that Pierce Beller guy had everybody gathered together somewhere. Oh, that makes sense. He must have been going over a cover-up plan with them. So clearly, the murder had already happened by the time Larry got out. That must have gotten everything ready fast, and had the second reception soon after that. Then, after the second reception, Ellie went to clean up the reception hall. And as luck would have it, that's when she found the body and the lantern I brought up. I tried to do something nice for Ellie out of the goodness of my heart, and this happened! We still don't know exactly what happened during the actual murder itself. We'll just have to look into it, along with the identity of that mystery person, too. I'm confused, Your Honor. So while the murder was taking place, you were locked up in a cabin, seeing pterodactyls. Did you see anything unusual while you were there? In the cabin? Let's see. Well, there was that pterodactyl. Flying through the sky, that's pretty unusual. Oh, right. That drawing of the pterodactyl that you saw. What's with all that air quotes? I really did see it, I swear! But Larry, the time travel thing never actually happened. Which means that you couldn't have seen a real pterodactyl flying through the sky. Oh. Are you doubting the eye of the super popular picture book author? No, I'm just sure that you saw something else and mistook that for a flying reptile. Nick, you're making me doubt my own eyes. Now I'm not even sure what I saw. Either way, you have no idea what actually happened at the real scene of the murder. That's right, I can say with that with every confidence. Oh wow, would you look at the time? I better go. I have a book signing to get to. A book signing? Whose book? Whose do you think? It's mine, of course. It's Laurice Donham book sign. What the fuck? I bet you went around and begged a bunch of bookstores to let you do one. Of course not! They're the ones coming around to beg me! Looks like I guessed right. Anyway, I have to go! I'll send you 10 copies of my new book they just got released the other day, alright? 10! That's very generous of you. What are you talking about? I'm gonna send you the bill too, of course. Oh. Just put him down at his office expenses or something. Well, see ya! Wait, Larry! We don't need... Ugh, he's gone. I'll take a copy, boss. Oh, and make sure it's signed. Oh boy, Trucy's not gonna like this office expense. Trucy running the office. There goes our first lead. What do you want to tackle next, Nick? We should really hit the streets. How about we go see Ellen? Sounds good, boss. I bet I can cheer her up. I thought you were going to help Trucy with her magic show again today. Weren't you supposed to go meet her right about now? Trucy said that she was going to practice her new trick on you, if I recall. On me? Really? Trucy's show is an important source of income for our agency, you know. You can leave the case to us, so you go ahead and run along now. But pause! Off you go, Athena! No! I don't want to die! And we never saw Athena ever again. We better get going too, Maya. I love this theme. Why the long face, Maya? I can't believe time travel isn't real after all. I see. I thought I'd get to go back in time and see real dinosaurs and ninjas and stuff! Yeah, too bad, huh? I couldn't be more relieved, personally. So, what should we do? I don't know. I mean, shouldn't we just keep investigating stuff or something? She's really lost that spark ever since I proved that time traveling wasn't real in court today. Poor Maya. Her hopes and dreams just got absolutely shattered. Oh, my poor sweet Soren. I wonder how he's getting along without me. Hello, Ellen. Oh, Mr. Wright, what's gonna happen with the trial, do you think? Well, first and foremost, we have to hurry up and find this mystery person that you saw just before you passed out. Do you think that person could be the real killer? It's quite possible, and if we can prove that, we can clear you of all charges. Actually, would you happen to know where Soren is right now? He's usually busy with meetings all afternoon, but he should be home by evening. I think I better go have a chat with him later then. Why am I being treated to a view of someone's underwear? Mr. Wright, don't tell me. You suspect my sweet Soren? Well, he is the one who masterminded the second reception after the time skip. So I thought he might be able to tell us something. How could you, Mr. Wright? You can't possibly think my Soren would never kill anyone. All right, just calm down. No, if you're accusing my Soren. Please, I'm not accusing anybody, so please put the pan and the ladle down, all right? Really? Cross my heart. So for now, would you mind if I ask you a few more things about the case? I'd better be careful not to provoke her. Could you tell me about Soren? There's nothing to tell. He's squeaky clean. All right, okay. Maybe I should avoid the topic of Soren right now. Let's talk about something else. Fine, but you won't hear a peep out of me about Soren. Talk about pulling teeth. Could you tell me about Pierce Nickety then? Pierce came to Sprocket Manor about a year ago. As the family butler, he's now in charge of everything in the household. Only a year? Did he have some kind of special connection with the family? I'm just a maid, so I'm not privy to such things, I'm afraid. Might have been Soren's order, but Pierce is the one who coordinated the whole thing. He's the one who really orchestrated the grand time travel farce. He must have quite a bit of authority in that family. No matter how good he is at his job, how could anybody gain that much influence in a single year? I really don't know. I mean, he is an excellent butler. Wouldn't that explain it? Is it really as simple as that? What you thought was time travel was really just a cover-up carried out by your in-laws. Pierce said Soren was the one who ordered the whole thing. I still can't believe it. Even in the second reception was fake. Soren would never use time travel for something like that. He's very serious about his time machine research, you know. I heard that there's a reason he's researching time machines, actually. Something about something he wishes he could change. But isn't the whole idea of time traveling back in time itself a little fantastic? I don't think so. After all, Soren said real time travelers do exist. Really now? You think he knows someone who actually traveled through time? That's right. I haven't seen him personally, but Soren said as much. So I believe it. Somebody who actually traveled through time, huh? It's pretty hard to believe. Thank you, Ellen. You're going out to do your investigation now, aren't you? Yes, that's right. Please make sure you don't cause Soren any trouble, okay? I'm afraid I can't promise you that. What? Oh. Please, whatever you do, please don't upset my poor Soren any further. I'm begging you. I'll do my best not to cause him any unnecessary trouble. Oh, I couldn't bear it if Soren ever came under suspicion. I'd rather be found guilty myself. Ah! Yikes. Okay, Ellen, please don't work yourself up like this. You don't want Soren to worry, do you? Oh boy. Okay. No, you're right. And the flood waters recede once more. So what do we do now, Nick? Well, Ellen said Soren is usually in meetings until the evening, so let's save our house call until then. Well, why don't we go to the mooring dock and figure out what our next move is from there? Roger, Nick. Bye! So, where should we start? Are there any places we haven't examined yet? We already investigated the reception hall in Sprocket Manor. We haven't looked at the Vista deck or the hold yet. Hey, you're right. We've still got some pretty important pieces left to examine, don't we? The Vista deck is the actual scene of the murder, right? And the lantern with the body in it was stored in the hold. I think there's a good chance we'll find some important clues in those locations. Do we know how to get to the hold? Good question. I think it was labeled in that diagram of the airship in this pamphlet. What are we waiting for? Let's go. I want to take a look at this. Wow, that sign really got smashed up. There were some really high winds yesterday, and they say that the bench was blown right into the sign. Wow, I wish I could have seen that. If you'd been there, you would have gotten blown away by the wind too, you know. That sounds kind of fun, actually. Don't tell me you've never tried to use an umbrella to fly when you were a kid. What? No, I can't say that. Chat, please tell me you guys haven't done this. Why would you? No. I think I'll take staying alive over fun, thank you very much. I'm Mary Poppins. No, that's not how that works. You can't just do that. You tried to make a parachute? Oh my gosh. No. I didn't do that whenever I was a kid. Was I missing out on something? Wow. Wait, so a lot of you have actually done this? I don't know what to say. So, this is the hold. This is where Pierce orchestrated the whole cover-up operation. We better go over this place with a fine-tooth comb. Hey, Nick, weren't we supposed to need a key card to get in here? Huh, you're right. I wonder why it was unlocked. How's it going, Mr. Wright? Oh, I thought that was going to be Pierce. Emma, what are you doing here? Just a little independent investigating. For my own sake. Gotta keep the mind sharp. Ah, so the door security system was turned off for the police investigation. We'd like to investigate the hold ourselves. Would that be alright? Yeah, sure. The police just finished their examination anyway. Thanks. We'll just take a quick look around then. Oh, right. You should know that the floor doubles as a huge lift. You can use that lever way back there to raise up to the Vista deck. The police inspected it already, but didn't find anything of particular interest, it seems. If you do go up to the Vista deck with the lift, be careful not to fall off. Oh, that's what happened. Oh, shit. That goes double for you, Maya. Yes, ma'am! Well, let's get this show on the road. So the whole thing actually lifts up? The whole shebang? The whole shebang? That's kind of crazy if you ask me. I have tried and succeeded. Wait, you succeeded using an umbrella to fly? Diane, are you a wizard? Hold on, I really have to pee because I'm drinking a lot of water. I will be right back. Bum, 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 bum. You managed to fly backwards like 5 meters once, but the wind was so strong I almost lost the umbrella. Now I'm like kind of sad I never tried this whenever I was little. I feel like I was missing out. Damn. Kind of makes me sad. Any progress with your investigation? Nothing conclusive yet, I'm afraid. Almost everybody was involved with the cover-up, so it's hard to know who or what to believe. I know what you mean. Unless you have some compelling evidence, I'm afraid it's going to be a tough trial for you. You're telling me there isn't much time left, so I've just got to make do and see what I can turn up. Gee, thanks, Emma. These are the flowers we saw in Larry's photo. The petals make them look like the little gears. The perfect flower for the Sprocket family, huh? Maybe they were going to shower the couple with the petals? You mean kind of like how people throw rice or confetti? Yeah, like that. Only these were found at the scene of the murder instead. These must be the dishes and glasses that they use for the receptions. Very fancy. I bet we'd be in big trouble if we broke any of them. Oh, I want to see Nick. You, young lady, need to stay far, far away from them. Nick, you think I'm gonna break them, don't you? Let's just say your rap sheet for breaking things doesn't help your case. So, this is the airship's engine. It's pretty impressive. And it's all rhythmic, like a heartbeat. Literal heart of the flying chapel. Look at all those huge gears spinning around. And around and around and around. Oh, I think I'm starting to get dizzy. Yeah, me too. So, there are 2 male peggable lanterns in the reception hall. That must mean that these 2 are female peg-a-cow lanterns. Larry got their sexes mixed up when he replaced the one in the reception hall, huh? Didn't he see the horns? The difference is pretty glaring if you ask me. And yet he managed not to notice. That's what makes Larry Larry. And Larry being Larry is why I've seen more than my fair share of trouble for a lifetime. Oh, Mr. Wright? You know that lantern the victim was found inside of in the reception hall? I'm just about to go piece it back together so the police can examine it. Oh, okay. We'll stop by for a look too once you're done fixing it. Look at that cake though. Oh, it's a cake, Nick! A cake! It's so big they wouldn't miss that one little piece, would they? If you're that in the mood for a mouthful of styrofoam, sure, knock yourself out. You mean it's not real? Well, it sure fooled me. I was so ready to have some that I'm really craving cake now. Come on, Nick, let's go get some! Maybe after the trial is over. Whoa! What? Why does it look like that? It looks like there are some fingerprints on this candelabra. Yeah, I just got done dusting that. Oh, that's why it looks like that then. I was able to pull a set of left-hand prints. Do you know whose prints they are? Yes. The prints belong to the victim. A doomed-ass Bloomsbury. Nick! I just figured out something amazing! Get this. If the fingerprints on the candelabra were from his left hand, then Mr. Doom and Gloom must have been left-handed. What do you think of that? Do you have the makings of a great detective or what? You're a really silly Sally if you thought that deduction was in any way encyclopedic. Hey, you're pretty good, Maya. What? I looked into it myself, and sure enough, the victim really was left-handed. Oh my dear God. Really? I got it right? Awesome! Good for you, Maya. Good for you. That's all you've got to say? I think you did a real good job, Maya. Way to go. I guess one can never have too much info. Now you're talking. But come to think of it, this candelabra isn't in the photo Larry took of the hold, is it? That picture was taken when they were getting ready for the first reception. The candelabra must have been brought in here sometime after that then. It's still possible it has something to do with the incident though. I'd better add it to the evidence file just in case. By the way, Mr. Wright, you can have this fingerprint powder if you'd like. You're giving this to us? Sure. I have 4 other sets. Of course she does. Thanks. I feel like there's something more to the candelabra, but I can't put my finger on it. Haha, you quite literally can't put your finger on it because you would put a fingerprint on it. And haha, it's so funny. Oh, look, Nick, it's an airplane. I wonder if Soren built that one too. Hey, why don't we take it for a spin? Just a quick tour around the neighborhood. And who do you propose is going to pilot that wooden death trap? Me, of course. Who else? Don't worry, I've seen people fly airplanes on TV plenty of times. I think I'll pass. I still got my whole life ahead of me. What's that, a wedding bell? According to the pamphlet, it's used on the Vista deck during wedding ceremonies to bless the newlyweds. I guess they disassemble and store it away here in the hold where it's not being used. It doesn't look like I have anything left to look at. Question. Oh, the thingy. Oh, look, there's a lever to the lift Emma told us about. Let's try going up on it. I'll go flip the switch. Here goes nothing. Wait, I'm not even on it. Maya, stop! Whoops, sorry. I got a little carried away. Never mind that, move over! Oh, okay. Blood! Let me see. Could it be Mr. Gloomsbury's blood? This lift goes up to the Vista deck where the murder took place, so I think that's the most logical conclusion. But I thought the victim was clubbed to death, and that there wasn't much blood. Something tells me I'd better take a picture of this. I should ask Emma about it some more later. Maya, can you bring the lift back down? You got it. I'll go flip the switch again. What happened to my Miles Edgeworth cosplay? Do you want me to wear it every day? I don't. It'll come back when I play investigations. I want to find out some more about that bloodstain, but for now, I guess we should go up to the Vista deck and take a look around the actual crime scene for ourselves. The view must be great from up there. I bet it'd be awesome. You mean it would be if it wasn't the scene of a murder. Okay, to the Vista deck we go. Make sure you actually get on the lift this time, Nick. I know. Okay, I'll just flip the switch again, and away we go! It really moves that slowly. That's gotta be like a 10-minute long trip. Slowest elevator in the goddamn country. Look at the gorgeous view! So this is where Ellen was attacked and Mr. Gloomsbury was killed. Yeesh, one wrong step and it's cursed plat on the ground below. Should we go investigate the stuff that's a little closer to the edge? I don't see much of anything over there. The police investigation didn't turn up any clues either, so maybe we don't need to. Oh, I get it. You're scared, aren't you, Nick? Me? No. Of course not. Come on, let's go back down and finish checking out the hold. We gotta watch it because it's 3D. Alright, now I think we're done. I doubt we have anything else unless something like really small sticks out and is like, look at me, but I think we're done. Emma, what do I need to do with you? Let's just look here. Show Emma a suspicious piece of evidence. Everything is suspicious. About this blood stain. Doesn't something about it strike you as odd? What's so odd about the victim's blood? Oh, that's not exactly... There's just something about it that bothers me. Now that you mention it, I can't say I necessarily disagree with you. Maybe I should talk about this some more with her. Emma, can we check out the candelabra a little more? A little more? What do you... Oops! What happened? I almost dropped the candelabra and the candle slipped off. Oh. Let's be careful with that. It might be an important evidence. Wait a minute. One of the pins that holds the candles is broken. There's definitely something fishy about this candelabra. What makes you say that? Call it forensic investigators and intuition. We already dusted this for prints earlier, so let's test it with luminol this time. Knowing Emma, she'd use every test she has at the same time if she could. Just hang on, this will only take a second. I hope this turns out a new lead. Well, Emma, did you find anything? Take a look at this, Mr. Wright. What is all that blood doing on there? Maybe somebody got hurt while they were setting up for the reception? These pins are pretty sharp. If one of the pins is broken, it means that there was some force involved. Do you think that maybe somebody got stabbed? But nobody's reported anything like that. That's quite a bit of blood. I wonder whose it is. If I have anything that might shed some light on that, I should probably show it to Emma. About this blood stain. What about it? There's something about it that's been bothering me. What's that? Well, there's a huge bloodstain on the crime scene, and a bloodstained candelabra. Now, this is only a guess, but I'm thinking maybe these two bloodstains are from the same source. I'm thinking maybe the bloodstains are from the same source. I guess that is a possibility. Can we compare the two bloodstains? Would that take a lot of time? Are you kidding? Don't underestimate the power of science. I'll be done in a jiffy. And the results are in. That didn't take long now, did it? It seems that the blood from the lift and candelabra are from the same person. But can you tell me whose blood it is, please? Oh boy. Well, the victim was clubbed to death and there wasn't all that much blood. But if this isn't Mr. Gloomsbury's blood, well, this is just a guess. What if Mr. Gloomsbury stabbed somebody with a candelabra pin? That would explain both the huge blood stain on the lift and the blood on the candelabra. Oh my goodness. If that's true, then that means that there was somebody else present at the scene of the murder. It does, doesn't it? The music is so intense. This just might substantiate Ellen's statement about a third person. Emma, could you have this bloodstain analyzed? Sure thing. A mysterious bloodstain on a candelabra with the victim's prints on it. This just might be the thing that backs up Ellen's memory of seeing a third person. Next up, the reception hall. It might be worth it taking another look around in there. The forensics team is in there investigating right now. Oh, they are? Well, we don't have time to sit around, so let's go check out something else. We could go question some people, especially Soren. I have quite a few questions for that guy. Sounds good, Nick. Off to do some legwork then? Yep, I thought we'd head to Soren's house for starters. He was accompanying the police on their investigation here earlier, but he's probably home by now. Great, thanks. Later, Emma. Bye, I want to go talk to a weird kid. I love this kid, by the way. I call him weird lovingly. I still can't get over how gorgeous Sprocket Manor is. Just don't touch anything. I wasn't going to. She was definitely going to. I was told I had guests. Thank you for seeing us, Soren. We know you're busy. We'd like to ask you a few questions about the case, if you wouldn't mind. Soren? You're Ellen's lawyer, right? Huh? Yes, that's right. Don't tell me he doesn't remember me. Will Ellen be found guilty? We're doing everything we can to prevent that. That's why we're here, investigating. Will you please tell us what you know? Soren? Alright, fine. What was that pause all about? Hi, do you want to see my badge? He doesn't want to see my badge. It was you who gave the order for that large-scale cover-up plan, isn't that right? What large-scale cover-up plan? Don't play dumb with us! You held 2 wedding receptions in order to try and cover up Mr. Gloomberry's murder! Ellen thought that through the power of the timekeeper you built, she traveled back in time. Ah, so that's why there were 2 receptions. Does he seriously not know why the reception was held twice? Looks like I'll have to delve deeper here. So, the cover-up scheme, that fake trip through time, you're not the one who was behind it all? Pierce Nickety stated in court that you were the one who ordered it to be carried out. Pierce said that? Oh, I see. I leave him in charge of everything around me, so whatever he decides is, in essence, my decision too. Oh boy. This is not good. So I take it that you didn't know anything about the cover-up. It's none of your business. You were in 2 wedding receptions in a row! And still you claim to know nothing. I have nothing more to say to you. Please leave. But sorry. Ow! Oh, there's something written on this paper airplane. Let's see. Go away? Doesn't get clearer than that, huh? He's looking especially uncooperative, but maybe I can grab his attention somehow. There's still that one piece of evidence I don't know much about. It's worth a try. Hey, so do you like trauma? Because I do. So your sister died, and like... I'm sure your sister would want the truth of this case to be known. How rude. Is intruding on the private lives of others a part of your job as a lawyer? I apologize. I guess showing him the picture of his sister wasn't such a good idea after all. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I am not gonna show him. I'm not gonna, no. I refuse to show him the picture of Larry's thing. Man, I really want to call out Pierce. Okay, this is so weird. Ugh. I feel bad that I just showed him Larry's picture, actually. Oh, nope, okay. Yeah, I guess he wouldn't know anything about that. He, like, genuinely seems clueless. I showed him this before. Soren, have you ever seen this before? That's... Oh, the clicky. Oh no, all the lead coming out. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, not all the lead. Oh god. Soren? What is it? Nothing. Why did his whole demeanor change all of a sudden? He's gone pale as a ghost. Did he just pass out? Soren? Nick, look at his stomach. He's bleeding. Somebody help! Soren's collapsed! Master Soren, get him to the hospital quickly now! That must have been one serious wound. What is it, Nick? Well, when I showed him the candelabra, his whole demeanor changed, so I was just thinking that maybe his injury... What's this? It's Soren's notebook. He must have dropped it in the rush to get him to the hospital. His notebook, huh? I wonder what's written in it. No, Maya, you shouldn't... Come on, you know you want to take a peek? Soren's notebook, what do I do? Oh no! Oh no, it's awful because I make you choose. I'm a good person, and a good person is a good lawyer who looks at all pieces of potential evidence, which means I'm not like prying into their lives. It's just me. It's evidence that I clearly need to look at. Maybe we should take a little look-see. Whoa, it's filled with big words written in tiny letters. Guess he uses this notebook to write down his invention ideas? What is it? Did you find something? After March 8th of last year, the content of this notebook changes dramatically. Like how? Well, ever since that date, Soren's been writing down every detail of his life. As in, every. Maybe he decided to start keeping a diary? This is way too detailed to be an ordinary diary. Either he's really compulsive, or maybe just plain forgetful. Is it really as simple as that? I feel like something happened on March 8th that made Soren change. Well, why don't you let me take a look at that and I'll tell you. Hey, Maya, let's go and we'll rip it. Now look what you did, you dropped it! You should have just let me take a look. How is this my fault? Nick. I swear to God, I'm about to be fired. Oh God. It fell into the pool of Soren's blood! I can't read a thing on these 2 pages now! Uh-oh, you're gonna get it now. I guess it really is my fault. Let's just put it away carefully for now. We can't let anything else happen to it here. Hey, look, there's something sticking out of the notebook. Looks like a newspaper article. It's about the car incident Soren's sister died in. It happened on March 8th. That's the day Soren's notebook completely changed. Oh, wow. What else does it say? It says their driver at the time was Doomed-ass Gloomsbury. It says Soren was in the car too, and that he had sustained several injuries. It's just like Pierce said. Soren completely changed after the incident. So Gloomsbury was driving the car when they got into that accident. That opens up the distinct possibility of Soren holding a grudge against Gloomsbury. You think Soren could have... I don't know. It's not like I have any proof. We should talk to Pierce about this when we return Soren's notebook to him. Oh God, I don't want to do that. No. I don't trust Pierce. Don't give him the notebook. A A vehicular accident on March 8th led to the death of Soren's older sister. Soren was also in the car and suffered severe injuries. Bloomsbury had been the one driving. Though he doesn't seem to be here right now. Maybe he's at this flying chapel? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I sure hope Pierce is around here somewhere. Ah, Mr. Wright and Miss Fay. Hello, Pierce. We were just looking for you. I'm sorry for Master Soren's sudden departure early. You have my sincerest apologies. It was totally understandable, but you shouldn't you be at his side right now? It's fine. The other servants are with him, and I'm in constant contact with them. A little bit creepy. Do not forget to give him his pain medication, and be sure to keep him hydrated. Also, see to it that he is not up and about. He needs complete bed rest. Is this what happens when you're too rich for normal peasant phones? I must return to Master Soren now, but did you want something of me? Actually, here's Soren's notebook. He dropped it when he collapsed. I hope Pierce doesn't notice the blood stain. Oh, thank you very much for this. I will see to it personally that Master Soren gets it back. Thank you. Why did we just do that? Actually? I don't understand. I trust you did not look inside. Of course not! Because it is filled with numerous patent-worthy ideas, you see. Look, I know you're busy, but would you mind if I asked you a few questions about the case? As I said, I must be getting back to Master Soren. So, if you could make it quick, I would greatly appreciate it. Alright, I'll make this as quick as I can. Hi. I'd like to ask you about the cover-up you tried to pull off, if you don't mind. I told everything there is to tell in court already. Disposing of anything that may harm the Sprocket family's reputation is simply part of my job. Sounds like a lovely job description. I have nothing more to say on that matter. I will say I do not think it's wise to spend time on topics that have already been discussed. Right. Awkward? Pierce, could you tell us more about this accident? Where did you find that? And did I not already tell you about that accident? You did, but you conveniently left out one crucial detail. The fact that doomed-ass Bloomsbury was driving the car at the time. Why did it go silent? Oh, did I not mention that? I suppose it simply did not come up then. If Mr. Bloomsbury caused the accident, why didn't the Sprocket family fire him? Wouldn't that usually be the natural consequence of such a huge mistake? Please do not misunderstand. Bloomsbury stayed with the family. On Master Soren's request. So then, why would he kill him? It doesn't make sense. He did. Well, obviously he didn't, but I mean, like, there's nothing there. That is the type of person that Master Soren is. Perhaps it was the influence of Miss Selena's kind nature. She was such a sweet person that even in her last moments, she thought of Master Soren. Not only did Soren not hold a grudge against Bloomsbury, he insisted on keeping him on. Now I really don't understand how that guy's mind works. So you were present for Selena Sprocket's last moments? Yes, in my professional capacity. The accident happened on the way to a certain party. And what kind of party was it? It was Miss Selena's engagement party. Bloomsbury's injuries were minor, but Miss Selena's and Master Soren's were critical. They were brought to the Sprocket family's regular hospital. To have such a terrible thing happen on what was to be a day of celebration. Thanks to the surgeon in charge, Master Soren pulled through. But Miss Selena, The last words Miss Selena said to me were, "Please help Soren." Ever since then, I have attended Master Soren and tried to help him in any way I could. Selena's fiancé must have been devastated. Indeed. Yeah, gee, I wonder. The shock of losing Miss Selena was so great, he quit being a surgeon. He was a surgeon? Wait, so the surgeon who tried to save them both, was he? Yes, he was Miss Selena's fiancé. Oh boy, there's something else going on here. I know there's something else going on here. What a terrible tragedy. How awful. So where is her fiancé now? Good question. I wonder that sometimes myself. Oh really? Do you? Do you know? Gee willikers, that's crazy. So Selena had a fiancé. I'd like to find out more about him, but I doubt I'll find him anytime soon. Gee, gosh williker, gee williker, I wonder where he is. Gee, wow, that's crazy. Wow, gee williker, what happened to, wow. So, are we done here? I'm afraid I must be going. Could you please just tell me a little more about Soren? There is nothing more to tell. So Selena's fiancé couldn't fix her? Oh my gosh. I can't seem to get any real answers out of him just by asking questions, but there is that piece of evidence I still don't know much about. Maybe he'll be able to tell me something. I feel like I shouldn't be doing this. Pierce, have you ever seen this candelabra before? No, I haven't. I don't know anything about it. Got him! We don't have time for this. Apparently we do, though. Take that! We're gonna be doing this. Pierce, you're hiding something from me about this candelabra, aren't you? It is one of the candelabras from the Flying Chapel, is it not? Is there something special about it? Actually, yes, there's some blood on it, you see. I think the blood might belong to this person. Larry Butts. It's actually Larry Butts, though. Oh, it actually does say it right there. He's unusually attached to the pocket watch he carries around. Gee willikers, gee wow, I wonder why. Wow, 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 it's crazy. Wow, 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 wow. Gee, I wonder, it makes you, it really does make you wonder, wow, wow, wow. Oh, the blood belongs to Apollo to make Apollo relevant. I see what you're trying to do. Very, very smart of you to try to make Apollo relevant. Silly you, he's in Karian. He's forever irrelevant from now and forevermore. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. Take that! What does that person have to do with it? Ah, that's not what I want. I do not have the time for meaningless conversation. Sorry! Do you think that there's gonna be any... There's not gonna be any flavor text here. I should really go for it, right? Take that! Soren has a rather nasty wound on his body, doesn't he? Master Soren is indeed injured. Are any of the other people involved with this case injured? Not as far as I know. I see. Then let me ask you this, Pierce. Do you suppose Soren could have more directly involved than you're letting on? What in the world would make you think that? Oh, I've got my reasons. Mr. Gloomsbury's fingerprints were found on this candelabra stem, which leads me to believe that Mr. Gloomsbury stabbed Soren with it. You cannot possibly think Master Soren is the one responsible for the murder. I don't have any conclusive evidence of that at the moment, but I do think he had a motive. This proves that Soren had a motive to kill Mr. Gloomsbury.
Take that!
Even though it was an accident, Mr. Gloomsbury was the man responsible for taking Soren's sister away. Apollo's so irrelevant, he's not even in the court record. Ugh, the truth hurts. Let us suppose that Gloomsbury did stab Master Soren with the candelabra. Can you prove that it had anything to do with this case? He might have been stabbed or at some other location for some other reason. Sorry, but I can prove that it was related to this case. Oh, really? Soren's stabbing and Mr. Gloomsbury's death are definitely connected. Are they now? This is the piece of evidence that ties Soren's injury to Mr. Gloomsbury's murder.
Take that!
A bloodstain was found. Its blood matches the blood that's on the candelabra. I obtained the results straight from the police, so I can assure you that this information is correct. This bloodstain on the lift indicates a very important fact. It shows us that Gloomsbury wasn't there. Our stupid answer is still funny. The murder was in the reception hall. Soren was there during the crime. I'll still try for stupid stuff. Let's see what happens. Mr. Gloomsbury wasn't at the crime scene. How does the bloodstain on the lift tell you that? Well, I guess it really doesn't, does it? I will have to ask you to let me leave. No more nonsense this time. Fine, I go. Whatever. This guy is really not fun. Soren's blood is on the lift, which can only mean one thing. He was there, wasn't he? Soren was at the scene of the crime. You are very astute, Mr. Wright. It appears I cannot hide this from you any longer. I will tell you everything. Could you tell me about Soren's injury? Very well. This is what I heard directly from Master Soren himself. As you surmised, Master Soren was stabbed by Gloomsbury on the day of the murder. It happened after the first wedding reception. The happy couple was in the reception hall when suddenly Gloomsbury appeared. He attacked Miss Ellen and tried to take her away. Master Soren went to stop him and found himself in a struggle with Gloomsbury. That is when Master Soren was stabbed with the candelabra, he said. Even though Master Soren was badly injured, he went after Gloomsbury. So Soren really was at the scene of the murder, wasn't he? Yes, that is correct. However, by the time Master Soren arrived at the scene, Gloomsbury had already been murdered. So Pierce is saying that Soren was at the crime scene, but that he didn't have anything to do with the murder in itself. Even still, why did you try to keep such an important piece of information from me? I'm very sorry. Master Soren's injury and Gloomsbury's murder were not directly related. So I decided not to mention it, so as to not unnecessarily complicate the investigation. Right, okay, totally. Got it. Now then, I am sorry, but I'm afraid I really must go now. Please excuse me. Thank you for your time. You should have told us everything in the first place and saved us a lot of time. But I guess it isn't that simple for him. He is the family butler, after all. He sure didn't make our job any easier, though, did he? But at least we learned something new. Soren was at the scene of the crime. That's true. One step forward is better than none. So, what next, Nick? Let's see. The forensics team might be done investigating the reception hall. Let's go check it out. Sounds like a plan. Let's go to the reception hall. Who is this guy and why is he hot? Honestly, why is everybody in this game hot? Riddle me this. Looks like the police are done with their investigation in here. I wonder if it's okay for us to take a look. Oh, hi, Mr. Wright. Hi, Emma. Would it be all right if we investigate in this room now? Sure, the police are all done, so go for it. Oh, remember that broken lantern? I restored it to its perfection. I have to say, it's some of my best work. Sounds like the repair job was a resounding success. Thanks, Emma. We'll take a good look at it, too. Well, I have to be getting back to the station. Try not to mess up the crime scene if you can help it. We'll be careful. Ha ha ha. I'll be seeing you. Bye, Emma. Thank you. Well, shall we get started? All right. Time to get started. Let's actually talk to Maya first. Oh, I don't know. I really wonder about that Pierce. Yeah, I know what you mean. He seems to have a lot of power over everybody and everything, doesn't he? Actually, what I was really wondering about is that shoulder mech of his. I mean, it's pretty amazing how many things that tiny little contraption can do. Man, if only, like, you could see why... Okay, anyway. Oh, what is that mech is actually Pierce's true control center? Like his brain! Almost like he's a surgeon. I mean... Maya? And what if, somewhere in Sprocket Manor, he has another shiny golden body? And then, during emergencies, he can switch bodies and become Super Pierce Nickety. Holy shit. Maya's theory is way worse than any of my theories will ever be. This is what I get for trying to have a serious conversation with a super geek. Is this what it's like to listen to me? Probably. I bet all Ellen wants is to start her happy new life with Soren. Yeah, I bet you're right. Do you think the truth will really set her free? All you can do is do your job to the best of your ability. And if we can bring Ellen joy that way, all the better, right? Either way, I think true happiness can only be found in the truth. What are you looking at me like that for? I was just thinking about how wise that sounded. Looks like our little Maya is growing up. Would you knock it off? I'm trying to be serious here. Sorry. I've called multiple people a robot at this point. I know it's been a lot. I know I have called a lot of people a robot. Your Honor, I can't help it. Everybody is a robot. Alright, what's there now? This is where the murder weapon, the Timekeeper, was displayed. I guess it's in police custody now. What's this? A key? Let's ask the maid about it. She might be able to tell us something. Excuse me, could I ask you a question? Oh, of course. What would you like to know? Do you know anything about this key? It's the key that starts up the Timekeeper. A startup key. That's right. Oh. The first startup of love ceremony was so beautiful. The bride and groom each had a symbol of their love in when they put them together. Oh, how romantic it was. Oh boy. First startup of love ceremony. What exactly did that entail? Oh, it's a ceremony in which the couple activated the Timekeeper together for the first time. I suppose it would kind of like a cake cutting ceremony. And what are these symbols of their love you mentioned? Well, that's kind of an industry secret, so I can't really say. I'm sorry, I'd better getting back to my work. Looks like there's an order from above not to talk about it. Dun, dun, dun. It's another beautiful day outside, isn't it? Yeah, if only it wasn't the scene of a murder, we could really enjoy it. Must be tough for the maids to have work on a beautiful day like this. Oh, we don't mind. Whoa, I didn't think you could hear me way over here. We don't think of it as simply cleaning. It's more like we're wiping away all of the sadness stuck to this airship. Wow, talk about devoted. The shiny thing. I can't... Shiny. I think that tablecloth is new. They must have changed it since yesterday. Huh? How can you tell? Because the food stains that were there are now gone. I should have known it's because of food-related stuff. I guess we've checked out everything of interest in this area. Shiny, shiny, shine. Clean away the sad. If only we could really do that with, like, depression, right? Nick! What's wrong, Maya? This hasn't moved an inch since the last time we looked at it. It'd be pretty creepy if it had. Look, we're in the middle of an important investigation, so try not to shout, okay? I'm just hoping it'd change somehow, you know, so it would be more interesting. The last thing we need is for more things to get more interesting. This is Emma's finest work, for real. Here's the broken lantern all patched up, and I do mean patched. Emma said this was some of her best work, so I know she put a lot of effort into it. It was pretty smashed up. It must have been a lot of piece of work to put it back together. Why did we need that? This wheel handle on the back has some blood on it. Francis, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. I hope you enjoy your emotes. It looks like somebody gripped it with a bloody hand. Maybe the blood got there when the killer was putting old Doom and Gloom's body inside. Do you see anything else worth noting? There's another one of these lanterns over there, so it might be a good idea to really compare the two later. The wing? Why is it all, like, lopsided? This is the unbroken peggable lantern. Peggable lantern. I hate... when I say it like that, it sounds bad! This is the broken peggable lantern. Oh, that's great. And this is the one that Emma restored. I wouldn't say they look exactly the same, more that they're made up of the same parts. The lantern is peggable. Take that. I think that there's something off about this peggable. Just about everything about it looks off to me. I'm not quite sure what it is, but some detail isn't quite right. Show me the restored lantern again. Well, it's also the wheel is also supposed to be on the inside. The wheels are backwards as well. So the wings and the color of the wheel handle. I think the wheel. But first we'll go for the wings. The angle of that wing is different and it's attached all wrong. Well done, Nick. I could have told you that. I mean, there's something more subtle. Something that just feels slightly off. You know what I mean? No, not really. Still, maybe it's the shape of the horns. How are they curved in their size and stuff? I don't know. The curve and size seem the same as the unbroken one to me. I guess you're right. You're pretty much identical in that case. Okay, that wasn't really that fun. Look, it's the wheel handle. It's a different color altogether. Emma got the inside and outside wheel handles switched around. Oh, wow, you're right! And there's blood here on this handle, as if somebody gripped it with a bloody hand. Which means that the blood got on the handle from the inside. Do you think the blood got there when the killer was putting the body in the lantern? It's really hard to say at this point. Bum, bum, bum. Model airplane. I believe, yeah, this is the same dialogue as before. I'm glad they let me skip that. Excuse me, is the fog machine ready to use now? No, I'm afraid not. We only put dry ice in it when there's an actual reception. I see. That's too bad. She still wants to blast me with a cloud of smoke, doesn't she? Gee Williker, thanks, Maya. What is there left to see? Hot air balloon. And that's still the same. Oh, jeez. Why did... Hey, take a look at that door. Oh, I thought we were going to see the maid up close. I was really... Okay. I wonder where it goes. Shall we open it up and see? Wait, please don't open that. It's the emergency escape hatch. It leads directly outside. You'll fall to your death. Phew, that was close, huh, Maya? I'll say. Why would you... Okay. I think we've checked out everything relevant to the case. You know, if that was a door that literally led to your death, like you would open it and you fall and you die, shouldn't there be like a big old warning sign on the door? It just says exit, like so casually. Oh, this door is just an exit. Not like, you're gonna fucking die if you walk through this? Like, it ain't just some exit. What? What are you two doing here? Wait, what are you doing here? Oh, I thought this was gonna be Edgeworth. Oh. I was being so sassy to him. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I was treating him like Edgeworth. I was giving him the sass. I'm so sorry, Soren. I take back the sass I just gave you. I really thought that you were Edgeworth for a second. Oh my god, I feel bad. Soren, shouldn't you be resting in bed? You're injured. How do you know about that? Never mind. My notebook. Have you seen my notebook? I can't find it anywhere. My notebook. I need my notebook. What's the matter? My notebook. I have to have my Master Soren. I told you to stay in bed. My notebook. Here you go. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, this is it. Soren gets emotionally unstable without that notebook of his. Phew. Oh no. I'm so scared. I don't like the idea that he has memory loss. Like, it makes sense if you would be very, very paranoid about, like, forgetting something. So you write down every minute of your life and things that are happening so you don't have any, so you have no chance of forgetting something that happened previously. Oh, that'd be so sad. Like, if he got, like, a concussion in the car accident, lost some memories, brain got fucked up. And you, like, from that point on, you're, like, so paranoid that you forget something. That you write down everything in your life. That'd be so sad. Soren, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I cannot allow you to do that. I can't talk to a guy? Sorry. What if his wound were to open up again? He needs to rest. I guess you're right. Now if you will excuse us. Master Sword, let us retire. Here they go. Pierce is right. I guess he really isn't in any condition to be questioned. Well, let's go back to the agency and sort through what we've learned. Soren. What if he... Okay, but like... No, I showed him the picture of his sister earlier, and he seemed to know. Like, 'cause I was like, oh my god, what if he, like, straight up forgot? Dear. Oof. Okay, anyway, we're not gonna think like that right now. That is for the court trial to reveal. Not for now. We're back! Anybody here? Oh, hi, boss! Athena, I thought you were with Trucy. I guess you could say that I'm taking a short break. But enough about me. What about the investigation? Did you find out anything? Well, turns out that the third person Ellen says she saw at the crime scene might have been Soren Sprocket. What? Really? I always thought he seemed suspicious. Thing is, by the time Soren got to the Vista deck, the murder had already occurred, apparently. No way! I don't buy that! Not for a second! It's a cover-up, I tell you! That's certainly a possibility. And as a lawyer, it's certainly a possibility that I have to pursue, but what? It's your job, right? So pursue the heck out of it. Just do it. Yeah, but is that really what's best for Ellen? Soren could be found guilty if the truth comes out tomorrow. But if we don't pursue the possibility, Ellen could be found guilty instead. Oh man, either way it doesn't spell out. It sure doesn't spell out happily ever after for the two of them. So what are you gonna do, Mr. Wright? I can't let an innocent person get convicted, so I guess all I can really do is pursue the truth. Even if it ends up devastating Ellen. What a tough call to make. Still, there's always a chance, right? Maybe something will come up during the trial that will save their marriage. I hope so. I really do. Well, Maya, let's go. Break the news to Ellen, you mean? Yep. Mr. Wright, please take me with you. I bet I could help you counsel Ellen through this piece of bad news. I appreciate the offer, but don't you have somewhere else to be? Irrelevant land? Athena, what are you doing here? I've been looking all over for you. Come on, let's get back to practicing. Oh no, wait. My body can't take it anymore. Boss, you gotta help me. A lawyer always keeps their promises, Athena. But boss! Can you bail on me one more time, Athena? I'm gonna use a real blade on you. Ah! Okay. Sorry, Athena, but somebody's gotta do it. Better you than me, though. Hang in there, kiddo. Come on, Maya, we better get going. Hello, Ellen. How did your investigation go, Mr. Wright? Before I answer that, I need to ask you something. Was Soren with you when Mr. Gloomsbury attacked you in the reception hall? I'm sorry I kept it from you. I was afraid that he'd come under suspicion if I told you. So I kept quiet about it. I'm really sorry. I see. I thought it was probably something like that. Listen, Ellen, I'm afraid I had to make a very difficult decision based on what I found out. What kind of decision? This is very hard for me to say, but the mysterious person you saw at the scene of the crime was most likely Soren. What? In other words, in court tomorrow, I'm afraid I'll have to propose the possibility that Soren is the true culprit. No! Soren is innocent. No! But don't you see, if I don't pursue that line of thought, you'll be found guilty. No, no! No! Please, Ellen, calm down. Soren can't be found guilty. I'd much rather I be found guilty instead. Ellen, you can't let yourself think like that. But no! Marriage is for life, right? Do you really think you can run away from the truth and still be truly happy with him? Oh, damn. You're not married, so how can you possibly understand? Sometimes you've just got to do whatever it takes to make things work. But, Nick, you talk to her. Hey, don't just dump this all on me. Mr. Wright, I'm innocent and Soren is too. So please, prove our innocence in court. I'll certainly do everything in my power. I just hope she doesn't lose control like this in court tomorrow. To be continued. I think this is a good stopping point, and I think we're finally gonna finish this on Wednesday? Are we actually gonna beat it? Holy shit. It's possible, man. Alrighty, that's it for today's stream, friends. There's a high possibility that we're finally done with both trilogies after nearly 5 months. Actually, it has been 5 months. We'll be done on Wednesday. That's pretty crazy. All right, tomorrow is a metaphor stream, Tuesday and Thursday. Metaphor, well, probably Friday now too if I actually finish. We'll see. But regardless, metaphor, I'll see you guys tomorrow for, and this continues on Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Don't forget about the Ambi plushie. You only have like 36 hours left to buy it. Okay, bye.